All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Run the Flood, our ongoing Shadowrun 5e game here on Table of Horrors. We're finally back after a admittedly short hiatus, comparatively, and ready to run these shadows. I'm your Cosmic GM, Sophonomicon. With me here tonight is Morningstar, played by the Rissa Rave, T103, played by Slippery Nos, Mojave, played by Daybreakathon, Cloudburst, played by Lord Rodon, and Jason, played by Noscavian. Without further ado, let's get back to our story. As a brief overview of what occurred, since it has been a good long time, our last game, the team had finished up what had started as a simple run and spiraled into dealing with a new friend in their compatriot Pegasus, normally played by our lovely Dead Western, but who's not here this week. Dealing with a water gang known as the Kraken, a toxic insect spirit that nearly murdered a couple of them, and dragons, apparently. Oh dear. Breaking all the rules of Shadowrun, aren't we? Obviously, after the mental and physical toll of the missions as of late, the team as a whole decided to take a week off at the very least. We all catch up with our runners on one of their evenings off. So, what are you all doing this evening?
I am in the kitchen. Whether I am cooking a meal or doing potions is anybody's guess. Spaghetti is boiling. There are things in bottles. Best not question.
You said it's the evening, right?
Yes.
T has sequestered the living room. He's taking up about half of the couch. He's got one second.
Oh dear.
Echo.
I've got an echo.
Who's echoing?
too.
Who's echoing?
It's because of Shiv.
Hi, Shiv.
Shiv, get the out of here, Shiv. What are you doing? What are you doing? Out here,
poor Shiv.
interrupting.
It's hard hands.
Shiv, I love you more than life itself. You are my hedgehog husband. You're beautiful, and I always want to see your lovely face, but not at this exact moment.
T has snacks and drinks on the coffee table, and he is watching the fight or the game or whatever is on that evening. He is enjoying his vacation.
Jay would probably be making some like mixed drinks for everyone and non-alcoholic versions for T, and be enjoying the game too.
I think that Morningstar is. We don't have a sensory deprivation tank currently or yet, but they are currently sat at the bottom of the pool, just kind of like full snake body in the pool at the bottom there, and they are practicing sort of dropping into AR, into VR, and just practicing their moves so that the next time that they go to work, they operate far smoother than they have in the past. I think they probably are also just keeping an eye on the local rumors and the web and stuff to see if they see anything popping up, any interesting, news articles and stuff like that. We do have an orc who is currently being accused of kidnapping a CEO's son, and drama has occurred. There's been a lot that's gone on in the city. So, Morningstar is just sitting there at the bottom of the pool, keeping an eye on things.
Cloudy would have been coming back from primming himself up. He's looking like he's about ready to go out in the town, having a bit of fun, dancing later. but trying one of Jason's drinks and might make a slight tweak, but pretty good otherwise.
Morningstar's tail is probably the only thing sticking out of the water, holding up one of Jason's drinks while they're underneath there.
Oh yeah, as Mojave's fooling around in the kitchen, sometimes it's the drink being sipped, sometimes it's some other bottle of something that is accidentally sipped, sometimes the drink is poured into the spaghetti. Don't ask questions. Science is happening.
Don't ask questions, everyone. Science is happening.
Yes.
We're doing chemistry.
I think that's how some weapons were created. All right.
Don't worry about it.
With all of you in the living room, as long as I didn't miss anybody and my brain didn't fry, you all are spread out along the condo. I can remember words. And, it's a quiet evening. The game is being watched. And all of a sudden, a very large alarm sounds from the TV and your various phones. Very comm links. Is the emergency broadcast signal. I don't know if anyone remembers that piercing alarm tone that then follows with a message.
There are no noodles on the ceiling.
The message appears as a video broadcast of a local news anchor. Emergency weather warning. The city of LA is currently under an emergency storm warning for the next few days. Residents in the following areas are advised to prepare for excessive flooding. Downtown, Covina, and he continues to name a couple other areas of LA, excluding Fun City, where you all live, and Hollywood proper. Be advised that travel between districts is extremely ill-advised by the public authorities during extreme weather conditions. We suggest that people remain in their homes as much as possible. This has been an emergency weather broadcast. Updates to come as the situation continues. And then it falls and everything goes back to normal.
When Morningstar sees that, they will come up from the water and begin sipping the drink Jason made with their tail. And they're actually going to look out across, the skyline. And do I see the beginnings of storms brewing?
While looking out towards the ocean, though it is it's seemingly far off, there is a very large span of clouds. And it is clearly a massive thunderhead with an unfortunate amount of movement. It appears to be some form of cyclone.
Good.
Is approaching very quickly.
Okay.
By the way, cyclones are what hurricanes are called on the West Coast. I think. Maybe I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. You're the GM. You're not wrong.
I'm never wrong.
I will actually look over at Cloudy because I see that he's dressed up for the evening, and I say, I hope you don't think you are going anywhere now.
Angrily tap the glass against the table and starts unbuttoning as he walks back up into his loft. Yeah, no. God damn it. It's definitely PJ time now. God damn it.
Staring up absently at the noodles that are now stuck to the ceiling.
I think my little spider friend, my spider droid friend, is probably climbing up the walls and messing with the noodles and trying to unstick them from the ceiling. Way that cats play with the yarn,
As it's doing that, Mojave's about to start climbing up on the counters.
Love it.
That's adorable. That is really cute.
Have we gone back to the Krakens after we did that job for them?
Yeah, we got paid and everything for it.
Oh.
I'll say if you mean after, if you went back after the payment to talk about anything, I'm gonna say no. Not yet.
Okay. because Jay had been wanting to talk to the Krakens about modding his Roadmaster, and maybe, yeah. So I'd like to talk to him something about that.
Make some adjustments, yeah. Yeah. I think with the knowledge of like a storm is coming, I will get out of the water. And I think by now the others would be super accustomed to the fact that like a Morningstar doesn't put on clothes, like doesn't put on a swimsuit when they go in the pool. And it's still a thing of like not understanding you should wear clothes around other people, especially in the pool. But I think they would be accustomed to it by now, and they will get up and start drying themselves off, and they will just go to their room long enough to get their normal sort of like athletic attire on, and then they will go to whatever available space is left on the couch and plop themselves down there with one of the drinks and peek at the TV.
Standing on the counter, spatula in hand, trying to get the noodles down.
Yeah.
Were you doing?
I don't. No, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Just want to know
if anything, T with the weather alert, he has pulled out his comlink and is checking their service provider for outages or expectations of interrupted service. Because if he misses the second half of this game, he swears to God. In whatever form that entity might exist right now, that someone's going out the window and it might be him.
Oh shit.
You check in with your service provider and there is an immediate alert of just, please, customers, do not be alarmed with the coming storm. Your service should not be interrupted as long as you are in these areas. And it gives area of Hollywood, the Heights area where you live, and Fun City, and a few places up towards the mountains.
Does T have money on the game?
No, he doesn't gamble.
No, okay.
But he.
Oh, okay.
He. You know what? This is good. This is good because now, if there is an outage, he has an excuse.
Yeah, I think that T doesn't gamble, but I think that Morningstar is keeping track of sort of the underground gambling things for this game, and probably like futzing with it a little bit, shifting some money around, just for shits and gigs, and maybe under a kind of like encrypted anonymous account is funneling some money, just cuz. But being very careful to like listen to T's knowledge of the game in order to know like what's the best outcome, and like using the knowledge that they're overhearing to make sure that they get some pocket change.
So as you all sort of, hearing the emergency, come down from it, just going like, oh, I guess this is happening. Morningstar, you
good.
get a message from an unknown number. The first text image is basically a grinning cat looking like almost slightly cartoonish. Then it's followed by two more messages in sequence. Your friends have very interesting backgrounds. Raj Varma will be interested to hear about his son.
Ooh, I hate it. Okay, so I immediately go onto lockdown mode, and I would say probably in our downtime, Morningstar would have worked with Jay to create a sort of software together that would sort of make a thicker firewall around our place and our things, And so alerts would go off for Jay to let him know that like, hey, someone's looking into our stuff. But then Morningstar will say out loud, I have just received a message. It is concerning. Apparently they are watching us and they know about your backgrounds. Clearly they know about mine and are planning to funnel this information to your father, Jay.
Wait, what? So no, tell him not to tell my dad.
Yep. I don't think it works that way, but sure, I'll let them know not to say shit. I will message this person back and
I mean, you never know. Sometimes asking nicely works.
Yeah, shoot him this song, and then I'll send over like a audio file of the T gonna give it to you. Jam.
You know what? I think Morningstar has been very influenced by this group and is going to make a very chaotic move like that. And we'll send this audio file to this person and we'll say, if I were you, I would not. But simultaneously, I don't know what I have to roll for this, but I'd like to find out who this is because clearly I've never corresponded with this person before. So yeah.
You send
a search in for this.
You send this video. What you receive back is a very classical image. I can't think specifically of what saint it is, but sort of like a Hellenistic period piece or something of an individual holding a snake down and basically crushing them. You know, one of those paintings of Lucifer in the garden kind of shit, you know, all that kind of thing, you know, very, very church-esque. It is then followed by another series of messages. As technology would be interested in you and the little cloud.
Okay. So panic on their face now. And they will say to Cloudy, like immediately, like just scream Cloudy, who's probably in the room but screams anyway. And will say, they are planning to tell about you and I as well through as technology. Fuck. A series of curses.
Find them. No, find them.
Yeah, on it, and already is like deep diving to find out who this is. Sort of back tracing in their codes and stuff. Essentially, like a search for an IP address type of deal. Is what's
also while you start this search, the only other thing sent is an image that is an obituary for Oliver Falcone. And it just has written over it, "Are we so sure?"
Oh. I'm so upset. Okay. I would like to take this one step at a time. What would I have to roll to do a sort of reverse search on this person to find out who they are? Or at least a ping on a location. Like if I can triangulate a location of where they might be.
Give me...
Find their IP. Find their IP.
Give me a hacking.
Okay. Refamiliarizing myself with this sheet. Okay, here we go. Hacking. What I get. Is it terrible? It's not terrible.
It's a
okay.
5.
Give me a moment.
Yeah, it's a 5. Mm-hmm.
Beat for beat match is... I think it goes to the defender. Yeah, it goes to the defender.
Oh.
So you... A very good roll for what they had. You reach out trying to attack this person's signal and reach their IP address or any kind of location, and you run into a vicious firewall, and it just halts you.
Oh, I hate it. Okay. Okay. I run into this vicious firewall, right? Is there locations perhaps around it that are weaker in which I can at least locate maybe a building nearby where they are?
With this firewall, you don't even have the general area, like, location of the IP. You don't have any part of the IP.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
You will have time before it is lost to make one more hacking attempt to force your way through the firewall.
Okay, we're gonna do it. Because I don't remember if this game has this kind of mechanic, but can I use one of my edges to like add extra dice? Is that a thing I can do?
So a thing you're able to do with edge is basically make them explode when they're on a 6.
Yes. So what you would do there is take off a point of edge. There is a edge little toggle on the top. That's what that's for. That does the exploding dice. So you can just click that and roll it
Okay.
in.
Okay, here we go. Because I need this. I got an 8 this time.
Shit.
I cannot let them get my friends. Please roll bad.
Calmly prying noodles off the ceiling.
Ooh. Oh, you snapped that firewall in half.
Amazing,
So,
wonderful.
You pierce through the firewall.
Yes.
And you are able to get a little bit of data. You were impressed with this person.
Okay.
They have basically created, think like a zip file for a user. You can break through the firewall and get general data, but there's almost this internal thing hiding the majority of it. So, just speed of thought, you're not going to have time to break through the second one. It is already fading. This person is managing to erase a lot very quickly. Uncomfortably quickly. Okay. But you can make a matrix search, is what I'm going to call the roll.
Okay.
And you can try to get any information you can.
Okay, matrix search. How do I do that again? What's the...
That is computer.
Computer, that's what it is. Okay, wonderful. Please do well. It's a 6.
That's very good. You are able to... Though it is fuzzy, you can get a general location, a current location of this hacker. And you are immediately struck with the thought, that GPS coordinates looks really familiar. It is the apartment complex across from Orchid Heights.
Orchid Heights.
The condos that you're in right now.
Yeah. Okay.
The other thing you can gain is a series of... This individual seems to have a lot of false information kind of woven into their icon. And you can almost see this shifted information, like you're breaking in and going, what's in your images? What's your past things? And you'll notice that this individual is someone who has changed their icon many, many times in the last few hours, nearly. And a lot of these icons are replications of standardized icons for As Technology, Ares Macro, every company you can think of the Big Ten, and even some lower.
Okay. Okay. I'm taking notes. That's why I'm taking a moment here.
The only other thing you get from it, other than the companies, is there's a couple icons of various character-looking characters. They all just have one thing in common. They can be different shapes, but they are a dark shape with a white mask. Every single time.
Oh, I don't like it.
Anonymous, get out of here.
I'm saying we have audio issues.
Oh, we do? What happened?
Aren't we allowed?
Testing.
I don't know.
He
Everyone
says
pause
we
while I...
Yeah.
are crushing the audio. Like,
Oh. Give me a second.
he says way too loud and it's blowing out.
Oh, is my thing not high enough?
It might be too high. I should have said the gain is too high.
It's too high. I think.
Please
I
forgive
fixed
these
it.
technical difficulties.
Technical
We're having a little bit of a rocky
difficulties,
start after our hiatus.
Yeah, sorry about this. This screen was never really nice to
Testing.
me. Is
Testing,
it any
testing.
better?
Do I sound better? I know I sound like shit.
Okay.
Be-
I don't know how long that's been happening, but I think I fixed it. If it's too quiet now, someone tell me. Okay. So it seems like it's
Only
much better.
last 20 minutes. It's okay.
Okay, cool.
Testing. Yeah.
All right. Testing.
Let-
We can go
let us-
back to what we were doing.
Yes. Okay, so just so that I know that I got all the information, the location of this person is across the street from us,
Yes.
or at least very nearby, right?
Yes.
And that their icon is constantly changing, or has been constantly changing, to be affiliated with the sort of big companies, but that there's sort of a deeper icon of various dark shapes that have a white mask.
Yes. And then they're animals, humanoid, monstrous, everything you think of it. As long as it's just dark shape, white mask. It's completely repeating over and over again.
Okay. Yeah, I share this information with the group right away, and I say that they are located across the street somewhere.
Well, on the one hand, that's not great. On the other hand, it means we don't have to go far.
Right. And
I am walking right back upstairs for another quick change.
Just Cloudy finally gets down the bottom of the stairs in his PJs, hears it, and just goes, God damn it.
turns around, marches back up. I look to T.
T is gonna rise from the couch, already fucking done with this shit. Turn the game off, throw the remote across the room, probably breaking it, and then head to the foyer closet to get his armored coat.
Yeah, so he does that, and my little friend scuttles down and starts to put the remote back together because it's shattered against the wall, and they're like, "Ooh, we're gonna need that later."
Oh, yeah.
And so he
Midori
starts
is just
putting it-
like, how the fuck, how's
Yeah.
pieces go together? Oh, there we go.
yeah. Oh, I think
Enrichment,
this
little
piece was
puzzle.
here. Yeah. Hold on, ghost children.
Ghost children. Who's the sensing in here? Who's seeing the ghosts?
I will.
Oh,
also
sorry, I
let
think
them
that was
know
me.
that they are clearly they are clearly very capable with technology. I don't know if they are like me or if they are a group. The icon itself keeps changing to sort of dark figures ranging from humanoid to monstrous with white mask.
It's not like the other mask, is it? The other the fur?
It's
'Cause we-
possible, I don't know.
Because the guy what stabbed me, he had a mask, and 404 wears a mask, and there's a lot of people with masks.
Yes, but 404 also has a very distinct icon and color grading. This is just black and white.
Okay, so
However,
it's not
I
like the
will-
other masks.
I don't know. I have to dig further. However, they are able to delete information at a rapid pace. So we must move quickly, or else they will be gone. And I will rise up as well, and I'll grab my armor jacket and my little gun. To go
I'm down off the
handle.
counter, yeet the ceiling spaghetti into the sink.
Yo, maybe we should wear masks too. We can get like Midori masks. That'd be cool.
I You know what? We will put that on the list of things to do because I love it, but also this is emergency because they have information on all of us and are willing to sell it to anyone and everyone affiliated with us. Which isn't good, especially for you.
Have you seen this charger?
It's in your room. Words. I am actually panicked.
Does Scales have like a GPS location on him or something like that?
Literally across the street. That's all I got.
That's the closest.
Mm-hmm. Across the street. I wasn't able to get information in time to get the exact building, but
would if Scales shares the information they've got with me, could I use some of my like fly spies to try to see if I can zero in on that signal at all?
Well,
all this information I've said out loud, so you have the information.
Yeah. To clarify, you do have a GPS location. It is the building across the way, so you know which building.
Oh,
they're
I
in.
do.
So.
Okay. I thought I just got like they're across the street.
Okay. So if you want your fly spies, they can go off and on their own just case the building, see if they can see anybody.
And I guess just for, as people who have been living here for some amount of time, the building across the street, is it another apartment complex? What kind of building is it?
It is strictly apartments. They are higher class apartments, but they're not condos. These are not things you could mortgage, you have to rent. There's a bit of a difference in just the way those two things work. So, yes, it is just an apartment complex. You know by its design, it's probably owned by the same people who own Orchid Heights, or they all just use the same architect, because it is another very tall glass building. This one is just shrouded in a much deeper blue color. So all the glass, everything is built around that idea. You've obviously never been inside it, but...
Right. Okay. I think that we all, fair to say, we all kind of gear up to go across the street.
I come back down the stairs, wearing my full-on armor jacket, leather, and a brand new helmet that just plops little eye holes kind of poking on through. Just like, okay.
Yeah.
Where is this son of a bitch?
Leaving.
That's starting to leak me to the big boys.
Points at
Right.
door in the direction of across the street.
Across the street, the apartment complex there. And so as we are going to leave, Midori like scuttles up my leg and up my body to become my little choker. So he's on me.
Yes. Once that
I
is
also...
all...
I don't know if I have to do a roll for this,
Hmm?
but as I said, I would have been working with Jay to create like a thicker firewall around our place. And I will sort of like metaphorically click that switch that turns it like on. Security is on for when we leave this apartment.
I'll allow that. I'll just allow that to go by.
Thank you.
I wouldn't worry too much about
Thank.
that.
Thank you.
Once you've, everyone's gotten ready, obviously I assume you're not really going to go to your car, as you could just walk across the street.
We're walking.
Across the
Drive
street.
around the block a couple of times to give them a head start. Yeah.
So, getting across the street, you see that the name of this location is Lily Blue Apartments. The color scheme clearly making a lot more sense now. These are not the same as the condos. This does not have a front desk area. This has an entrance that already has a keypad that clearly you will need a card to get past to get up to where the apartments are. It does also have a parking area, but you can assume, much like the front of this building that you see, there is also a card read door in there.
Cool. So, in AR, would I be able to see sort of like the hub of energy it would take to do the things that like I'm capable of doing within the building?
Oh, you mean the
Like, is
host?
Yes, but I'm looking like specifically for a room, so I know how many floors we have to go up.
You can
to
easily
find
see the
this
host.
individual.
It is just a replication of the building itself. I will need you to do a hacking roll to get into the host, as it is
Wonderful.
cordoned off.
It's a 6.
That is enough to get past the host's firewalls. Well, I say that.
Wonderful.
I don't think I can. No, it is because it does not have a high enough score to be able to beat that anyway. So I'm not even gonna roll it. I was like, it can't even do that. So yes, you break past the firewall handily. Once you're in the host, you can see that obviously it's matrix connection. You get all the rooms, you have all the access. There is some rooms that clearly have like a secondary thing. Nothing too strong. Definitely just like, like a home alarm system kind of shit. They kind of cover the signal, but like you could probably just go flick it AR wise and you'd be able to break it. Every room is basically identical. You can see that there are matrix traces of resonance throughout the building on multiple floors. It is the weakest at the bottom of the building, and it is strongest towards the top. Though you do not currently see anyone accessing the host, at least up on the roof, you can see the traces of their resonance. That is very, very thick up there.
Okay. I will say to the others near the roof. And if I have access now, I'm fucking just keypads don't matter to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna try to blow past that.
Do you tell us that they're like you, or do you just kind of just they're hackers?
Be aware, resonance is only held by technomancers. So you will know that I
immediately give that information to the group that they are like me. So I don't hide that from them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, one way or the other, I spy with my magic eye. Anything out of the ordinary?
Magically speaking, this building is basically dead, other than the pretty common sight nowadays of water spirits sprinkled around most of the outside of the building. But with this storm approaching, both the magic users have seen many, many water spirits. They're easy to identify at this point.
Okie doke.
Cool beans.
But the real question is,
I also...
can we see a technomancer on the roof?
If you want to roll a sense to see if you can see him.
I do let you guys know that the resonance that I sense is like trace evidence of it. It is strongest near the roof, but just that
I will give
possibility they are no longer there.
Morningstar, you will be aware that if a technomancer has dropped off the matrix, willingly or unwillingly, they will only just leave a trace of their resonance. So they could still be.
I let you guys know immediately, so nobody is without information here. That because it's trace, that possibility they might not be up there, but
is Jay able to zero in with his using that data and information? Can he use that to try to zero in on the signal at all with his flight spies?
Absolutely not the signal.
Yeah, because they've dropped off the matrix.
All the information you can have on the signal, the data has already been erased. This person is very quick in removing their presence. Probably because they are now clearly understood as being a technomancer. Both of the magic users, I'll give that it's difficult to see, but there are definitely astral signatures of people up on the roof, but there's multiple. A lot, actually. Like, we're talking maybe 30 people.
Is someone having a party up there?
They're mixed in.
There's multiples.
It looks like someone's
Multiple
having a
people.
party up there.
Might be trying to blend in with the crowd.
Or might have a lot of friends.
Okay.
Is this a house of owls? Is this a special day?
Concerns. Very concerned. We might be dealing with multiple technomancers, I'm not sure. It could be a single technomancer who is hiding amongst a crowd of people having a roof party. Or it could be a group of them. Either way, we are going up. So yes, I'd like to bypass anything I need to bypass to get us up there.
You're already marked and hooked into the host itself,
Okay.
so all of these keypads are basically child's play to push your way through.
Okay.
None of them are any extrally secured by anything. You're not going into an apartment, you're just going through basic doors. It's not difficult to get into the elevator, head up to the roof, or you may take the stairs. Both lead to the roof. And you will
I'm
notice if
actually
you
gonna-
look at the elevator or the stairs of the listing of floors, rooftop garden is what it is called.
I see. Okay. I'm actually going to take the stairs because technomancers can stop an elevator should they need to. So up the stairs I go.
T will follow close behind.
Jay
I
will
guess
go
we're
up the
taking the
stairs with
stairs.
one of his roto drones.
Oh,
Oh,
Just
you're
on
coming ready to rock.
1,000.
Got it.
Just on 1,000. Well, you did threaten us, so here we are. Yeah, so
I'm
we're
only
going
bringing one, and it's not like I'm bringing the tank. Jeez.
It's true. That's true.
Yeah, we never get the stairs.
so as you all, I assume, head up the stairs. As you get closer and closer to the roof, you start hearing noises echoing down the staircase. A lot of laughter, a lot of just ruckus, people enjoying themselves. And
Looks like they're having a party.
Sounds like a party. I push forward like it's you've threatened my friends and you've threatened myself basically. Threatened our safety, and so we're about to roll up very serious. Yeah, I think Morningstar's face just drops from being sort of that, nicer. They're very kind, warm expression that they would normally have with their group too. They look like a predator. I think their face in this moment probably resembles their mother's the most right now.
understood. Anyone else want to do something before you open that top door?
Are there people in the staircase?
No. As you approach the door,
Okay.
there's no one in the staircase.
Okay.
But you can see that the
Probably us
rooftop
coming.
door is ajar. It's like propped open. And you can, obviously that's where all these sounds are coming from.
To be clear,
Right, okay.
what do you want me to do when the door is opened?
We need to pinpoint who threatened us, and once we do, find out as much information as we can, and then you can do as you like with them.
I mean, it sounds like they're having a party, so we probably shouldn't go in swinging right away.
Sure.
If we can get the
We may
one
need
guy,
to-
that's better than getting the cops called.
Right. Also, we may need to threaten. Threatening to throw people off roofs is a nice way to get what you need.
I can do that.
But yeah, let's try not to have the cops called, because it'd be a bad idea to have the newspapers talking about the place we live.
I am going to just just with my eyeballs. I would like to through the ajar door, right? Does it look like almost like a civilian rooftop party.
Yes. This is, you see a lot of people, all of them have, like, little blue lanyards, and they're wearing, like, blue and silver Mardi Gras beads. It's like this is some kind of put-on thing by the apartment complex, and people are just chilling up here drinking. No one immediately looks out of place.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Should I kick open the door? I think, no, you know what? I think Morningstar just opens the door and walks in.
Oh yeah, Mojave's going out. I'll put on his people face, ready to mingle. Of course.
Upon
Take off
walking
the
out,
helmet.
oh, yeah. I don't know how many people are leaving the stairs. Is anyone staying inside the staircase?
I'm probably hanging with the group.
Okay.
Is your rotodrone staying in the staircase?
Yeah. See, I well, if anything goes with the group, it'd be the roto drone. But I think I should go with the group too, because I don't want to get jumped by someone just like hopping out of, whatever. So
Yeah.
they and the drone are sticking with the group. We gotta find this guy.
All right.
Yeah.
And then T, your
Just
choice.
regular party guests.
T will follow the group in last.
Understood.
And just stand in the doorway after that. No one's leaving. No one's leaving.
By the staircase.
I am
Actually-
the door.
As us, and especially
Yeah.
the drone and T enter, does anybody seem to suddenly become panicked?
As you all
Can we
enter
spot
in,
visibly?
there are definitely some people. Well, first thing you'll notice when you get up here, is there are a couple individuals up here that are clearly shifters or surges, as they are clearly anthropomorphized animals. So these are either shifters changed over, or they are some effect of the surge. Of surge, I should say. Or were affected back then and now are this way. Which isn't weird for LA. LA has a reputation for a lot of strange, magical, and or odd individuals living here. Other than those couple, you see plenty of people with cyberware. These people do not even look that dissimilar from you. Maybe, obviously, these people aren't wearing armored jackets, or, they're not carrying weapons that you can tell. Plenty of them are wearing, well, not a lot to the imagination, very tight clothing. This is an interesting kind of mixer that's going on.
Fish in a barrel.
No one immediately stands out. Everyone's basically the same. There's a couple people when you walk in that are kind of like look at you, and they do look nervous, but given that it's like 4 or 5 people, you kind of assume it's probably because 5 individuals just walked out of the staircase door along with a rotodrone and a gigantic half-metal orc man.
Jay is he's gonna go, like, when he sees this big crowd and the party going, he's gonna hey T, pose for the camera, and he's gonna like have his drone like fly up a little bit and get like some sort of like posing shot from T, and yo Scales, pose for the camera.
I raise my gun in the air.
As
my
do
pose.
these like action shots.
Do you
Again,
pull out a
on
weapon in front of an entire crowd of people?
It's a
my gosh.
cosplay.
I do. I pull out my weapon, hold it in the air, and I say, "We are looking for an individual or a group of individuals who have decided to threaten me and my friends. No one will get hurt, so long as those people step out, so we can have a conversation."
The entire party stops dead. Like, no movement, know nothing.
I'm sidling away from these people. Like, no, I am a party guest. I am mingling.
What you do witness is plenty of people. You got a couple people who kind of like panic a little bit at the sight of the gun. They were not expecting weapons at this party. Some people look almost confused, like they're not really believing the situation. What a normal group of people would react to. It's like, is that real? Is this a joke? Or, oh my god, this is real, we're all gonna die, kind of panicking, but they're not running yet. They're all frozen, basically.
They can either run off the building or run to T. Those are their options.
I guess,
it's
once
not
again,
looking good.
on like, I don't know, magic aura level, is there anybody who is setting off any flags, extra panic, extra calm, maybe? Like, anybody out of the ordinary?
Both mages may check a sensing.
With that being said, because I am an AR, would I be able to recognize another Technomancer through AR?
Only if that Technomancer was on the Matrix.
Understood. Okay.
4 is enough. You will notice Cloudy scanning, and you're scanning in real world and in the astral, just scanning everybody. You see an incongruency. There is an individual that visually you can see, but they do not appear astrally. They are nothing but an empty shot.
Like there's like no soul there. It's just like what?
It's just.
I'll go ahead and
like
walk up to him.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to walk through the crowd and up to this person?
Yes.
Everyone does attempt to stay away from you.
I'll attempt to poke them in the forehead.
This person doesn't move. They have a drink held in their hand. They're leaned back, and you can tell that it appears this person has cyberware. It looks like there's a data jack in the back of their head, kind of coming around. There's a couple other oddities on their body. Just, you're like, I'm not sure if that's just a arm under a second skin or if it's some weird pattern. Who knows? This individual does not move. They don't even like they almost smile at you as you approach. And upon poking them, they feel cold, and they just kind of go, damn, you're pretty fast.
What even are you?
Oh, that's mean. But this body is a fucking robot.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Well, got our culprit, everyone. Thank you for your participation. And I'll go ahead and wave to you over.
Oh, he's being waved away from the door. Fast travel's now available, and I will approach Robot Man.
I will stand in front of the door next to Jay's rotodrone.
I'm gonna go wander off and get myself a drink.
That is
I think I'm gonna have my rotodrone go into the staircase and just kind of hover and watch.
With your rotodrone there were a couple people who were like leaning towards the door, like trying to reach it, going, maybe if I just leave quietly. And they are now not doing that.
Big snake lady appears next to the door holding a gun.
Oh, nice.
And it's like, sit down.
Everyone who approaches this individual, you will watch as they look you dead in the face and they blink. The best way to put it is like a purposeful blink. And there's the little bit of glow to their eyes as if, it's showing their cybernetic or robotic nature. And they'll do it to anyone who is close enough.
I would like to I'd like to resonance spike this robot thing. if I may.
The being is not currently on the host.
Okay, so nothing. I can't do any kind of damage to the robotics itself.
If you would like... Oh, what is the grid hub? Oh, I believe it is a matrix perception, which is computer,
Okay. Okay.
to check all grids. This thing is not
Okay.
on the host grid, but it may be on another grid of the matrix. Because if this is a robot, you know there's someone who may be controlling it. This is not an android. They said, oh, this is just this body is just a robot.
And they've got the robot itself. It has like a jack, right?
It appears to, yes.
Okay. So yeah, let's do that computer. Ooh, it's a 2.
For the
So it's
record,
not great.
on the off chance, Mojave, as I said, he's going to wherever the drinks can be acquired and acquiring a drink. But as he's going there, he's just kind of like, so who is that guy? Just kind of asking around if anybody is familiar with the robot, if the robot has any presence here, how long, has it been here? If anybody is familiar with this robot.
Not one person is able to tell you who that is.
Okay.
After the second blink, maybe, as someone who has eyes that can take pictures, I'll just palm the face.
You palm his face, and he just sort of leans his head back. And shit, you are big. You look a little smaller in pictures.
Is there like a side room we can go to have a private conversation?
So rooftop party, I imagine not.
Oh, that's right. Oops.
And there's always the stairwell.
The gentleman in the robot just sort of is... Oh, also, the Matrix perception, you could not find them.
Yeah,
There was too much noise in the area. You think a lot of people have their cells out. So it's hard to isolate where he is.
Okay.
He he's not grabbing you, T. It's almost like he just sort of touches your hand. And it's just sort of like, this isn't really necessary.
That's a cool body you got there. I should get me one of those.
Huh. You should, actually. It could be a lot of fun. Oh, this is a cheap one. No sensation.
I'm sure that has its uses. Why,
Yeah.
why are you blackmailing us, man? That's not cool.
Oh. It's not blackmail. It's a warning. It's different.
Like a friendly warning?
That's up to you.
You want to be our buddy?
That's up to you. It's also
Well,
up to with big guy is gonna remove his hand and not break my machine.
T, this guy, it's a robot. Even if you broke it, he'd just get another robot. And he said he can't feel anything. So, probably won't do any good. May as well heal him out.
Remove my hand from its face.
I will put my helmet back on. For what little good that'll frickin' do.
There we go. I got my visual input again. Thank you. You titan of a man.
What do you want? I'll say from the door.
I haven't decided yet, actually. I figure this kind of thing, I could probably get, like, one thing out of you guys before y'all turn on me. So I'm, like, kind of deciding between which one I want to ask you to do. See, unfortunately, my livelihood means I'm not very wealthy. Shadowrunners really only respond to two things. Info or money. So, had to make my pick there. Guess I could have sold my
Morningstar is
bodies
not
for
happy.
money.
Morningstar's not happy right now.
Well, why do you think we're gonna go after you after you ask us for one thing? If you got a job or something, we're good for it. Just don't betray us.
Okay, listen here, baby
We're
blue.
good guys.
I don't got no money to pay you. And the reason you'd come after me at about a second one is if I'm still blackmailing you after you gotta do work for me, you're probably gonna get a lot madder I can't fucking talk with this thing. I think my language center's breaking.
Okay.
Well, you could offer us information instead of money, and some of us might take it.
I did offer
But you don't gotta
information
fight with
in
us.
a different sense of the word.
You threatened us. And you didn't have to. There's better ways to communicate. You chose
We're the
to
good
threaten
guys.
us.
Oh, come on. You're the one who sent the video in the first place. You mad about the picture? It's just a painting.
All I sent was audio, actually.
Well, I know
and
what
that
the
was
audio is
after you
from.
threatened.
Do you think I haven't seen like the 3 fucking videos you've used it on? Nice job, by the way. Good
Right.
editing. Little gruesome.
I want to punch this person in the mouth. Oh, yeah, right. So, Morningstar simply says, set a meeting spot. We meet up, we talk.
Oh,
That is your only option. Because if you don't take that option, worse things will happen to you. It might end up being in our next video.
ooh. Well, though I do like the idea of being a SimStar, I don't know about that. Huh. I'll make up a meeting place, but I hope you don't think I'm gonna show up physically. I'm not fucking stupid. But yeah, I'll set up a nice little place. Probably when you can meet one of my better bodies, I suppose. Now, I'll send you the coordinates. Go ahead and attempt to memorize me all you can, Snaky.
Not happy. You guys can hear rattling coming from her, like very much rattlesnake shit. And it's loud and threatening, and she's probably looking 100% like her mom in this moment. Like,
Also,
Jormungandr lineage.
Morningstar, you immediately he jumps back onto the host grid. You can immediately see them.
Wonderful. What do I see?
It's clearly you see that resonance from before, and you assume his veiled thing of just try to memorize me, maybe look at this. Like, look at my resonance, look at who I am. And then, you get a message that is an address, and even a photo of this location. The individual in front of you then proceeds to very calmly stand up. You know, kind of wipe off his shirt, wipe his face. And then he just sort of, without even missing a beat, he backs up to the ledge of the building and then just tumbles right over.
As you do.
And
Show off.
yeah, he falls, obviously. all
Can I
fours.
try and touch him right quick?
I will.
Right quick.
I guess that would be like a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say, like, imagine like you were doing a dodge, but I don't think you'd be able to stop the force of the body falling. But you could touch him for a moment.
Unless I cast levitate. So,
That is fair.
so effectively a dodge test. That's what I'm doing.
Yes.
Reaction, intuition. All right.
And given that this is just gravity, I'm gonna say this is a certain difficulty you gotta pass.
Yep. 3.
You do manage to grab him.
Well, it's just the touch is all I need. The touch is all I need.
You do manage to touch him. Would you like to cast levitate?
Absolutely. As
Well,
you
you
start
thought.
to tumble on backwards, I'm kind of like, No. Just that a 4 should do. And 4. Okay.
And does levitate?
When it's on an unwilling target, they can basically make a strength roll.
I'm gonna say that a body at dead weight falling cannot make a strength roll to stop it. In my opinion.
Okay. Because it just starts to fall. I'm kind of like, no. You're not breaking yourself on this.
As the young man's kind of, rather heavy corpse flips upside down as you kind of grabbed him by basically his ankle, and that's sort of how he's levitating. He just looks at you and goes, that's not fair. And he touches his chest, and Cloudy, you will take a single stun damage as some kind of magical wave strikes you, breaks your concentration, just shuts your magic down for just a second, and he continues to fall.
This fucker said this was a cheap one? Huh.
And of course, you very gently you hear the slight, since you're so high up, the gentle crash as this metal creature bashes into the ground.
Why did he go and destroy a perfectly good body like that? That thing was cool.
To keep you from keeping it after. Damn it. Spiteful son of a bitch.
But if we kept the body, then he could drop in and we could chat whenever. That'd be cool.
This is not friend, Jay. This is person who just threatened us.
He said he might be our friend. We gotta hear him out.
Yeah, Blackmail us to do a job for him. That is not friendly behavior. Yeah.
Marnie Star looks to this group and is like, enjoy your party. And I will open the door and proceed downward.
I will say you guys can
Mojave
make your way... Oh, yes.
Notices his cue, downs the last of his drink, says goodbye to the bartender, and leaves.
I will say you guys can get down the stairs and get out of the building. Make your way into Orchid Heights. No emergency services seem to have been called by that party, as you never hear any sirens, you never see any cop cars out. Just nothing comes of it, it seems. Maybe either that party was very scared, or maybe there was something up there that they also didn't want the cops there.
Maybe some drugs. Wouldn't be shocked.
Don't ask what else I was doing when your eyes weren't on me. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
It's a very good way to get people to start chatting after you walk in with a whole bunch of people threatening you. Yeah? No? No?
Don't worry about it.
Very, very, very good grease for the social wheels.
I'm going to give, because I assume Jason has the common sense to go do this. Running along the side of the building to where the robot crashed into the ground.
Yeah.
You find a few spots of what is clearly some form of lubricant or coolant fluid. And Jason, you just know this from the look of it, the color. This is pretty common in a lot of cybernetic stuff. And a couple bolts, basically. Small bolts that are used for very delicate parts. Just kind of scattered around. But the majority of the body is not there.
Huh. So I'm
got
guessing he
back up.
survived the fall.
It terminated. It terminated.
And it got back up again.
It'll be back.
Can I look at or touch and just kind of get an idea? Like, is this low quality lube or high quality lube?
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Phrasing?
That's
You
some
think he didn't do
high-quality
that on
shit right
purpose?
there. That's some high quality shit right there.
High quality? Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Now I'm not the only. Now he's not the only one with information.
I can definitely tell that this, whoever created this is like, I mean, it's hard to tell because, coolant's not the most expensive thing, depending, but like, he said this was a cheap one and he still used the good shit on it.
Yeah.
And he said he didn't have money.
Looking at the body, is there a serial number on any of the metal plates?
None of the bolts, none of them are big enough to hold a serial number.
The
The body got up and left. Like it got
Understood.
back up and walked away. Yeah.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
Or
okay.
a cleanup crew came in real quick.
Understood. Well, with what he's been threatening us with, it is clear he has connections.
Morningstar, the address that you received from the individual, is, an address that is sort of, it's not the downtown docks. It is in a slight area where like, if you were to follow this, it is somewhere on the other side of the downtown flood wall. There is a section there that are areas that, the best way to put them is that they were given structural enhancements to be able to be out in the water and still be usable locations. And this is one of those addresses that exists out there. Generally, these are dock kind of companies. These are like, things around the water that need an office there to do stuff. This one in particular, you look up, it's vacant. Like, within 3 seconds, you find this is a vacant address. There's nothing there. There's been nothing there for years. The image he sent you is clearly of the inside of a gutted and torn out office building. And sort of in the center is like he transposed his AI avatar, this one being a dark dog shape with a white bat mask on, just sort of sitting in there.
Okay. With white mask. Okay. Okay. I share the location and all that information with the group, and that they're beyond the flood wall.
Yes. This is out, like, on the waters itself.
Right, so we can go tonight. However, there is a storm encroaching. So
On the weather report earlier, how long, like, what kind of storm are we in for? Is this, it is going to be going on for days, or is this, we can easily wait it out and not, like, worry about it?
This, the way they are describing it is, like, heavy rains for multiple days. This is a hurricane-class thing that's going to be sitting over the western seaboard for a while. You do know, though, that it is out to, like, it's out still in the water, and though it is projected to move inland, it has not started its move yet. So, theory-wise, they say probably a couple days before it hits. But obviously, wind can change the drop of a hat, but you probably at least have a day.
So I guess the question is, are we more afraid of rain, or are we more afraid what this guy who his friends are and what he might tell them?
Considering some of those friends might be, I don't know, eventually Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Tough to say.
I mean, a little bit of water, we're not gonna melt.
Hold on. Let me try something. Oop. I don't need to send that to you. I need to send that to you. So I'm going to go ahead Summon metal spirits. Well, let's go ahead and give it a for my little manipulation beast spirit. Four. Okay. Softy, can you do me a favor and roll me 4 to see how much pain I'm in?
I was just about to ask.
4 dice. Alright, I roll against 2. And I am perfectly fine. Okay, so Softy. There's this little nice little power known as Search.
I'm gonna have the little spirit search on the astral.
Search for that particular robot. The moment the sun dips down, summon it, give it an image of that robot, which I got a decent look around as it literally blasted me with a little bit of psionic force as it said, "Screw you, no." There it is.
Your spirit
and
does a search.
And hold on. Yes.
Is there a range to search?
However many kilometers it is away increases the DC and how long it takes to find it. Every 10 minutes, it does another little test. And hold on. Force 4, and let it do its thing. Makes it every 10 minutes. When it finds it, might find it. Base 10 because it's a non-living thing. Base 5. And however kilometers away it gets to, it's where it gets to. I'm expecting it to take a while.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to this.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not take a minute.
By any means. It's gonna take a hot minute, yeah.
So your spirit dutifully rushes off to search for this rogue, broken robot. Is there anything else anyone would like to do? Or have your plan of what you're gonna do?
Because I've had multiple moments of contact with this individual, I want to create perhaps a little sprite to go looking for them. So that should they ever pop up back onto a grid or, whatever, do something, that I will have a sort of a ping to be able to find them.
In my stuff. So, you are going to choose a level of a sprite to create. If I'm correct, that's what you want to grab. And you need to roll compiling.
Okay.
And compiling should be a resonance skill, so it should be the skill and make sure it does say it's connecting to resonance.
Yes, it is. So what's the, I don't want to throw a huge number, but the sort of, I guess, average level? Whatever that is.
Do you know how many... Do I have it? Let's see. What is your score? I'd say, generally speaking, you can imagine about little less than half the dice, so level 4 or 5 would be a pretty safe bet for you.
Okay, we'll do 5, and it's compiling, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's a 5.
And there will be fade to this. Let me do its resistance, which is just its. For this one, it's a level. for what you're going to be creating.
Mhm.
Two. Armed it, so. Let me see. I think it's a fate is on this one. It's level. Yeah, level -1 for this one. For this particular sprite. So you'll be rolling fade at 4. Or you're trying to beat
Okay.
4 with your fade, is what I should be saying. So,
Okay.
yeah, in your section there should be a fade roll. You'll be rolling fade. And we're trying to beat 4. Anything over that you can take as stun damage.
Okay, where is the fade? Where is it?
And so fade is going to be in Matrix. And you'll see fade at the top of complex form. It should be baseline resonance.
I see, yeah. I see it. Bink. I got a 6.
You are perfectly fine. You are able to compile this sprite, and you may send it on this. What exactly duty do you want it to do?
I wanted to find the sender, the person who's been, contacting me regularly here. Find their location.
All right, so it's doing the exact same thing the other spirit is, just on the Matrix instead.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just kind of going after the person,
Yeah.
not the robot itself. So,
right.
This is also one of
And
those
so
ones
anytime
where
that they might pop on.
yeah, this
Go ahead.
ability is almost identical to search, so it's also going to take a little bit of time. So we're going to put that one in the background too. Your sprite has gone off and is doing its damnedest.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, I think we've decided we're moving. Yeah, we're gonna go to this location.
Yeah, we gotta see what he's got for us.
All right then. So yeah, I guess we all pile into the car and start heading towards this location.
You all
Let's
What
see.
time is it? Because I know we're in the evening now. Around what time is it?
I'd say it's sunset, so that's like maybe 6 at this time of year.
Yeah. Okay, because I'm just trying to be cognizant because I know there is a curfew, and
Yes.
I don't want us to be caught out in any situations we don't need to be.
Yeah, I'd say it's about 6.
Okay. Well, yeah, we pile into the car. We head out.
So you all head out, take your way down the highway, taking the off-ramp into downtown. Downtown is just waking up as the sun goes down. Lights are coming up, various places are there. The night shift are just starting to, get their dinner before they have to go walk in. You make it easily down to the area, and you'll notice that there are not a lot of businesses still in this section. At least 2 of the buildings here are condemned. And even just walking by it, you'll see that condemned reason, unstable foundation. And any of the places that do still have some kind of signage have a giant thing over the door of closed for storm. So these people are also not trusting this and are just closing it off immediately.
Okay.
The one place you're going to, it does not actually have a condemned sticker on it, but clearly 2 of the windows on the bottom floor are busted out. The door is missing. Other than that, it's been salt hit, water's destroyed part of the siding. So this one has not been upkept or taken care of at all for a while.
Okay.
And
I think just as we approach, with AR, I'm trying to see if there's anything funky going on.
up a floor from the base floor, you will see that there is a clear resonance signature of someone on the Matrix currently. They are operating some kind of device that is also giving off a signal.
Okay. Probably another robot, but yeah.
Once again, cursory, I spy with my magic eyes.
You will see nothing. Other
Okie
than,
doke.
like, baseline gentle energy of the area, you know? A little bit of water energy, because we're on the water.
Had to check.
Of course.
It's wise.
So, you all head up to the second floor, I presume?
That is my intention.
I'm going to
I'm
take
just
shot in
vibing.
the dark and say Noscavian's chair is probably going to possibly follow along
Agreed.
with his drone. I think it's what Noscavian's chair is
Mayhap.
trying to tell me.
Mayhaps.
Yeah.
Upon reaching the second floor, you are greeted with the very same empty room that you, Morningstar, had actually seen a picture of. You can just tell from the color of everything. Lying in the center of the room is what appears to be a dog. It seems to be in the general shape and size of a Great Dane, just lying on the floor, perfectly at the center. And the minute you come in, this dog turns its head to look at you and just gets up. Just sort of kind of settles into it. Doesn't lunge or anything. It just stands there very calmly.
Is this like a real dog, or is this like a robot dog?
Well, anyone who is looking into the astral don't even need to sense. There is nothing there on the astral plane, so whatever this is not organic. Has no soul.
Okie doke.
Matrix-wise, this is clearly a robotic device with a organic mimicking skin on top of it.
So I will get closer, but keep at least 10 feet between us, me and the dog. And I will say, right, so we are here. Talk.
Sorry, gotta clear this thing's vocal processing. It's kind of not meant to always project, a person's voice. But it is very sneaky. Very good to get into places. So, you obviously know what I got on you guys. What I could do with it. What I want is a sample of something. Specifically, it's a sample of blood. But it's off in the desert, locked in a bunker, for lack of a better term. Can't get out there, as it's not the safest place to be. Magically speaking, it's weird out in the desert, especially around that place.
I will give a look to Mojave specifically. Because this sounds like the place where weird magic tech stuff was being made. And possibly where Mojave raised from the dead.
Mojave spins up and looks around. What? I blanked out for a second.
Son of a bitch.
Because I, the player, blanked out for a second and did not catch any of that.
No, you're fine. No, I was just saying that Mojave, or rather Morningstar looks at Mojave because this sounds like the place that...
Oh yeah, no, I caught that part. I didn't catch the other part.
No, that's literally it. That was it. Yeah. I just look at you and I'm like, that sounds like the place that, rose from the dead and Magitech was being made. Blood sample of what specifically?
I can send you the details of what they're labeled as, but I suppose they're technically elven. But with that area, that's not always true. Like how some people are technically Naga, but they wouldn't, blood test as that. Am I right?
No expression. Just, I think if anything, their rage is just in their eyes, but their face does not move.
So wait, what does he want?
He wants blood sample from an elven experiment.
Okay, so if technically elven was why is it technically?
Well,
Experiment. What? Never mind.
guess the best way to put it is, that area is kind of where, during, Haley's Comet stuff, the surge started. And then that area is also where recently another one started for some reason. That's the thing that's happening, by the way. Freaky. I know. But, how do I put this one? Hold on, I'll come up with it in 3 seconds. What am I thinking? Don't know if it's elven anymore. Alright, it has magic-y goo put into it, so goodness knows what it's gonna come back as. I don't really care. I just need the sample. And the sample is in a fridge down there.
And how are we gonna know when we see it?
Oh, that's easy. I have its entire, its code. It'll be written on the side of it. And I can send that to Sneaky Snake over there. I liked that one. It was really good. You are muted, Rick.
So,
Sorry. Yeah. Their tails like whipping behind them in agitation.
so when we do this job for you, you got any like information for us? You said you dealt with information, right?
Okay. How's about this? In addition to not spreading all your info out to, all of those third parties, I will give you a favor. I can find basically anything. Even stuff others try to fucking delete.
Okay, so how about this? We do the job for you, and as payment, you owe us a favor. No need to have any blackmail involved, because friends don't blackmail each other. And we want to have a friendly working relationship, right?
Nod.
Is this guy serious?
Nod.
Like, looks at everyone else but Jason.
I think both. I mean, I can't speak for T, but I know that like Morningstar's expression is like, I cannot promise friendly. It's like just untold threats are on
Dales and T over there being bad cop, Jay and Mojave being good cop, and poor Cloudy there being exasperated cop.
T has been impassive and uninterested since this whole thing started. He's missing the game.
You know,
He doesn't fear the consequences of the shit getting out. He's just like, whatever. Okay.
I got one question for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Why asking us?
Huh. Well, if I'm honest, you're the least dangerous.
Looks at T, looks back at Robot.
I mean, dangerous to me.
It's
All right,
404
look,
your mother.
Bills looks at Robot.
Okay, look.
It's because we're heroes, guys. We're the good guys. They're coming to us because we're the good guys.
No, I'm
have to
not
know.
gonna lie. I'm kind of coming around to his way of thinking. That's kind of cool.
I have to know.
Huh?
Is 404 your mother? I have to know. I have to fucking know.
Yo, no.
I have to
has-
fucking know. What's your relation to 404? Come on, there's something. You can't tell me.
He's
Third
got a
cousin
point.
twice removed? Associates?
What?
Huh?
Hold on. 404. Oh! God. Is that what she's fucking going by now? I guess I knew her like, I don't know, 10 years ago?
Oh.
Yeah, something like that. 10 years ago, I think. I don't fucking remember. She was good. She's shitty. on trying to delete everything. I'll get it. I got a bunch of it. I got your shit that she tried to delete. Because I'm better.
I will send that audio to 404.
You just get back SOB.
So, 404 is now aware of all of that there. Cool. Do I pull the "Do you know my mom" card?
See, the reason I'm asking, you seem to know a lot about us. Which, okay, you think you got some leverage, but also, associating with us might put you on some lists, buddy.
I mean, they only put me on lists if, actual me associates. Trust me.
Okay.
These freaking things, and kind of pulls the, because it's still dog-like, pulls the paw up to their chest. These things, I can delete them and wipe their entire memory. They don't got no knowledge of me. I can even wipe the resonance signature.
Man, you gotta teach me some of this stuff. This is cool. I like all these cool bodies you got. Mine are all drones. I mean, I guess it's kind of like a drone. But it's different, you know?
Yeah. I mean, technically you can feel what happens to your drone if you jump into a rig. But I don't need that. And I can only feel that if I hook myself into the actual ones that have sensors and shit. Otherwise, I don't give a shit. But
I guess the other question is, with a guy with so many robots, why are you asking us what's the risks involved that you can't just send your dog to go do this yourself?
I've tried before, but that place is too much noise. I can't control my shit from here. I have to get too close, and I don't want to be out there because there's spooky shit in the desert. You guys just beat up mega spooky shit, so. Also,
And you don't think we are dangerous?
Wait, okay. Look, maybe that wasn't the right word. I'll reword it. I'll workshop it, okay? I'll workshop it. I'll figure it out later.
You're not very good at this, are you?
Social interaction? Nah, dude, I'm a neat.
Right. It's becoming very clear to me. You are good with technology, clearly, but not good at social interaction.
Yeah, that was never my
There
job.
was there was a way you could have gone about this. We could have absolutely been friends on the same side and everything, but you chose to threaten. Not really knowing who you were threatening.
Oh, no, I know exactly who you guys
asking
are.
nicely could have worked.
Oh, fuck. Okay, were you all infected by him? That's not how the shadows work, man. You honestly think I'm gonna go, oh, hey, nice people, can you please do this job for me? I don't have any money, but you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, sure.
Getting robots if you don't have money.
I mean, especially if you show me how to do some cool robo bodies like that. That's pretty awesome. And I know you're a dude of taste because I seen the lube you use, and that's the good quality stuff right there.
Bro, that wasn't
that
one of my
conversation
other
was
robots.
happening-
Damn. You should see what the other one's got.
As they're having that
So many
conversation,
robots if you don't got cash.
Robots
I
don't
am
cost money if you're
messaging-
smart.
I am messaging 404, and I'm finding out who did you know 10 years ago that did X, Y, and Z. Did this stuff, worked with robots, kind of sent them out to do stuff. Giving 404 the download to try to get some sort of roundabout information of who this person
I feel
might
like
be.
heck, if there's not some way Morningstar could track down robots of XYZ make and model that have gone missing in the past, whatever the heck.
Yeah, I want to ask 404 first, just because he said he's had contact with her, or they've had contact with her 10 years ago. So I'm messaging her that information.
404 side piece over here.
Jesus. You message 404 and you'll get the immediate, I would tell you if I could.
What does that mean? I would tell you as in you like the knowledge, or there's something that is keeping you from saying who.
You get a response back of, I seriously don't know who he really is. He was the one person
Mr.
I
Garbage
couldn't
Disposal
track.
deleted his name.
Okay. It is simple business. Something for something else. You chose to threaten instead of just doing a simple business deal.
I mean,
I don't know
depending on
or
how you
care
look
how
like
other
it.
shadow works.
Blackmail is
Listen,
sort of, I don't do this, you give me that. It's kind of a business thing, you know? Just think about it.
And it's bad business.
Yeah, that's what bad guys do. Like, we're good guys.
Nod.
Okay, seriously?
Why do you want this
what
blood
fucking
anyway? If
Disney
you was
movie did
paying
you
me, I
come out
wouldn't
of?
ask. But like, what do you want the blood sample for?
It's probably his blood or something.
Nah, it's not mine.
Whose is it?
A
No.
dead person.
What guy?
Side note-
What dead person?
Side note, really quickly,
It's his dead lover, I know it.
I am recording the game for T, so he doesn't miss it. I have it recording. Just like a quick tap into the home system, and I'm just like DDR, just very quickly recording the game so he doesn't miss anything.
You know what
Maybe
might
playing it
work
across
in
his
our
eyes
favor?
in a corner.
You know what might work for us? We have the bell.
We
Oh.
do. I wouldn't want to talk about it in front of him, but we do.
A bell? What kind of fucking bell you talk? What are you doing? What bell? What bell?
Might have some jingle bells in my pocket. Starts rummaging in bag.
I bet that blood is like it's related to some sort of a quest or goal for like revenge and closure for a long lost loved one or something like that.
Okay, seriously, why is this person a fucking video game NPC? What is happening?
No,
But come
You're
on,
the
come on.
protagonist. You're the non-player character. Like, are you alive?
Jay.
This is NPC body, man. Come
Are
on.
any of us alive?
Okay, you do got a point. You do got a point as a robot dog. But like, for real, you're not paying us. At least, like, what's the stakes here? Why are you? What was the blood for?
Huh.
I mean, we're gonna help you because we're good guys, not because you're blackmailing us. Because you're not doing that because we're offering help for help because that's the way good guys do things.
Yeah, what do you want out of you?
Normally I would say yes, but so far every single thing you said has been so blunt and insane, I strangely believe you.
Exactly.
It seems for all the information you had, you didn't actually have good enough information.
Bruh. Only can get
Yeah,
so
no,
much
they're
unless
insane.
I'm sitting in
No,
your
they're-
goddamn house.
Well, pretty please, come on. I wanna know what the stakes are. I wanna know what's going on.
Oh my god, okay. It's the blood of an old roboticist.
See what I say, a loved one.
I don't feel that.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
there's
this is
strong
the thing. We're
connection,
gonna, if we know what we're fighting for, we're gonna try harder.
Yeah.
Don't feel
That's
love? Is that what I just heard? Hold on.
you
What?
guys are glitching
You
me
heard
out. I swear to
correctly.
God. What kind of script?
I
is
mean,
this
you're the
going
one who
on?
asked us.
We will help you get back the blood of your long lost father. We will do this for you.
I am not in character laughing. I just.
Mavian character laughs. Look, Palias, that's the cost of doing business with us. You're gonna blackmail us, that means you gotta put up with us.
I'm concerned on multiple occasions, but I guess.
You should be.
Oh,
And if we turn it, if after we go on all these adventures, we end up becoming friends, you can come over and we can have drinks, and we'll just all be friends.
yeah, what he said. So who's the roboticist? Is the name?
Guess it don't matter. He's been dead for like 50 years. 50? Wait, what's time? 20. No. No. 20? I don't
Whole
remember.
bunch of.
Whole bunch of. I don't remember anymore. Damn it. Yes. He's been a long time. His name. Hold on. I'll remember.
You're having a hard time.
I'll remember. I'll find it.
Take your
His
time, we
mem-
won't leave till we're here.
Is memory a hard thing for you?
That's a sensitive topic.
Hmm.
Don't
I
worry,
see.
I understand.
Some of us need upgrades, okay?
I'm looking at Cloudy as this information is being shared.
Doctor.
Can't feel love, has memory loss, speaks as if
Hammond.
he has glitches. Hammond.
The Jurassic Park guy?
Listen, we don't talk about Jurassic Park here, okay?
Okay.
You are having a very difficult time, it seems. When
Shut
was the last
up.
time you had an upgrade?
Don't wait. What did I say? Look, all right. I just need the blood sample from Dr. Hammond. That's all I need. Okay. Did that, and I'll delete everything, and I'll leave.
For who?
Me.
For you.
What do you mean? Hold on. What was the for who?
Did Dr. Hammond make you?
That's none of your business. And that's not how this
I
works.
mean, it is our business.
You
And
can't-
blackmailing us, you kind of made it our business.
Look, a single person can't make a person.
Well,
That's not
I
how that
beg to
works.
differ.
Are you a
Yeah, you-
person?
Yes, I'm a person.
I mean, you're looking like a dog right now.
What?
Looking like a dog, hopping from body to body, can't feel love? I don't know.
Glitching.
Look, just because I make some edgy comments
chain
like, "Oh, I
can't
don't feel
remember.
loved." Look,
The only thing you have acquired tonight is a problem. To be
Congratulations.
absolutely clear.
my whole life is.
I mean, it's not saying we're not gonna help. We just want to know who we're working for.
My whole life is a problem.
Some people want to transcend the flesh. It's a life goal.
For some.
Yes.
Just side eyes T a little bit.
Yes.
It might
All
be
the
some
bodies
kind
she's
of.
got.
It might be some kind of free spirit or whatever the thing is. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Look.
I've seen a lot of weird things the past month. You would not rank
This
very high if you
is
were.
not some magic stuff. Okay. Look. Do we have a deal or not? Do you need any more information? Come on, guys.
Deal.
Please. Oh. That was easy.
I mean, I
Give
like more
me-
information, but
Give me all
As
the
I
information that you have.
Jay, like, after Jay proclaims deal, he is going to like pat the dog.
Amazing.
I expect nothing
yes.
less.
Give me all the information that you have on all of this that you are sending us to handle. And I need all the information. We cannot work properly without all of it.
The dog giant stares you down. He just sits while being petted. He doesn't really respond too much. But he does not pull away or lean in. He just sort of sat there like, I've accepted my fate. A few moments later, you have some files that you are given access to. The first thing you notice is the way they are laid out. They're like an old database. Like, this is organized like a database. It's not one. It's not access to one, but like it's almost like it was ripped out of it. And there's a couple bits of information inside this kind of readout type info that stand out. They don't fit the same thing. They almost seem like they were added later or put in place of. And not all of them make sense. Some of them seem like maybe they're comments on what you're reading.
Okay. Okay, so my question about these files then is the way that it's organized. Is it in such a way that is like reminiscent of the way X Technology or any of these like big companies would have organized their information?
I mean, it's so similar to like a basic technical database that like, yeah, but any corp could have a database like this. Even non-corp could have a database like this.
Okay.
Someone who's just organized.
Okay, just wanting to. Okay. Okay, cool. So as I'm looking through this information, what stands out to me right away?
Looking
like
through it, you are
thing that I pick up right away.
You are immediately aware that the facility that this is pointing to, this bunker that he was talking about, is directly next to, it's next to a very large crater lake that exists out there, and specifically this area you've seen before. This is one of the locations that you gained knowledge of that was a facility that Bloody Mary worked at. So it was an Ass Technology facility.
Okay, understood.
Okay.
Everything else you're given on Dr. Hammond is simply like his, almost like his Google bio is the best way to put it. His Booble bio.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't speak. That kind of thing. Where very superficial, very surface level, like torn from medical journals and such. But it just described him. He's a very well-known engineer and roboticist. He was working on mixing Magitech, which you know that from knowledge, that's what that facility was for. So this is not odd to think about. There was some word of him going missing for a couple weeks before an incident occurred where a detonation was had from a facility in the desert. As Technology quickly explained, it was just accidental. Everything's fine. You know, corporate, oh no, don't worry about it. Don't go in the desert. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. And that's just sort of everything you kind of get, other than the odd little and like things of. And one of the ones that stands out to you the most, like a comment, is why does the corpse gotta lie? And that's sort of like the actual syntax it's in. Is why do the corpse and its CORPS gotta lie? And obviously that's all over the S Technology statement.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay. I will simply nod to the dog, and then will make the moves to leave. And it is only once we are in our car and safe in our car will I then divulge all that information to the group.
Of course. And nodding to the dog, he just sort of nods back, and then he just jumps out the window, and you can see him running along a grating on the flood wall. He's just quickly making his way away.
Yeah, once we're in the car, I divulge all that information to you guys, and say, it is clear he's been looking for Dr. Heyman, and whatever else he was working on for a very long time. If I
Yeah.
didn't know any better, it sounds as if he wants the blood perhaps to. I don't know how possible this is, but considering Magitech, maybe has body to put Dr. Heyman in. This facility was one of the facilities that Bloody Mary worked in. As technology, of course, covered up the incident that removed the facility itself. But they seem to have an axe to grind with as technology, so perhaps their threats are rather empty.
I wonder if Hammond ever worked with Doc Hugo.
It's quite
We're not
possible,
going to use that,
Aldous.
are we?
Huh? What?
We're not
The
going to
bell.
use the bell, are we?
Not yet. It just depends, I have Sprite looking for our new friend here. Should things go awry, we will find that we will have their location, and then we will use Bell then. And you will have free reign. Also, I recorded the game, so you won't miss it. So, we can leave tonight for desert, or we can rest tonight and then leave tomorrow. Probably best to get out of city before storm hits.
Yeah, I can always drive us, and you guys can catch a few Z's on the way.
Scales,
Is that
could you?
curfew still going on? Or did
Too many
that
things.
end
What
at some point?
is what still going on?
The curfew that Ares has
Oh, the
been
curfew.
doing every now and again.
Oh yeah, curfew is still a thing. That's why I'm saying if we leave, we must leave now out of city, so we will not be, delayed by curfews. Or we leave in the morning. What were you going to ask me?
Oh, I was just gonna ask the whole thing with the place out in the desert and the science stuff. It was ringing the bells in my brain about what Torpor was saying a while back with how he used to know Doc Hugo. And I was just wondering if you could look up to see if this Hammond guy ever worked with Adelaide Hugo.
Sure, I can look that up. That should be easy enough.
Yeah,
I
might be
will look
relevant.
that up to see if there was a connection between the two doctors.
Yeah, Adelaide Hugo or Michael Serrano.
Yes. So
The-
would that be like just a matrix search or?
Yeah, that's just a matrix search. Because, I mean, that's just looking up, records of academics.
Yeah. Okay. Where is my stuff? Here we go. Computer. It is a 3.
You get the only mention you have of any of them at the same location is an award ceremony. That's sort of like it was just sort of award of science awards basically of
Okay, so they
discovery
like run in the
papers.
same science circles type of thing.
Yeah, I mean they were all at one point corporate scientists, different companies, but yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's like they
I
may
will
have known
divulge
each
that
other, but they've
information.
never worked together.
Right. Okay. It seems to me they run in similar circles, but they did not work together. At least not very
Okay.
closely. They seem to have worked for 2 separate companies.
Okay, just had to ask.
However, they seem to have 2 things. They seem to have in common that they were working with this sort of magitech and experimentation.
In a facility where a thing went wrong, we did a bad.
The location for this place, this facility, is next to a very large crater lake.
Yeah.
If you rose from Lake Mojave, it is not too far-fetched to think other things have been raised there as well.
That's why I'm asking these questions.
Our new friend here seems to believe there are spooky things out in desert that they would not allow themselves to get close to.
Yeah.
So perhaps T will use Bell on spooky things. I don't know. So yes, do we want to go tonight or do we want to wait for morning?
I can drive us.
Let's go now.
Any reason to wait?
Not that I can think of.
Other than my spirit potentially finding the boyo and making all this moot.
Well, there's also the
We'll see.
thing about, it's a small world, and people doing weird things with blood. Like, chances are it's gonna come back up to bite us one way or the other, so we may as well go poke it now.
Madari will come off of my neck and crawl up onto T's lap and begin to project the game.
Little personal TV.
Yeah.
It's like
Because,
mac and cheese the next day. It's just not the same.
I'm trying, T. I'm trying. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I think
I'll eat
like.
it.
Yeah, I think Morningstar is just like knowing that like T is probably so annoyed with having to do all this. Vacation has been disrupted by basically an idiot who threatened us. So like trying to be like a peace offering. Here's the game. Yeah, but I think with that, we begin to head out.
So you all pile into the car and are getting ready for setting out, and that is where we're going to take a break for right now.
Hey.
All right, we are all back. Thank you for waiting, everybody. I just noticed whatever happened in the Shadowrun dice roller while I was gone.
Cloud is
well.
magic, don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, something.
He was magicking, that's all.
Okay. So, when we last left off, everyone had piled into the car and was currently getting ready to just head out to the desert, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do head out to the desert, it begins to rain. Just the littlest bit.
Okay. Nothing too crazy. No crazy winds. Just a little rain.
Just a little rain.
Okay.
Is there anything you all want to do
For now.
before you all the way head out of the city?
I did not pack umbrella. It's fine. We're going to desert. Do we want to make stop at store, perhaps, to gather some things like snacks and such?
Sure.
Snacks.
Food would be.
I got some protein bars in my bag.
We're going on road trip. Would you like to have Mojave protein bars, or would you like proper snack?
I don't want any food Mojave's touched ever.
Yeah, we could go to dinner and then get
Browns.
a couple extra meals to go.
Let us go store. Let us get snacks. Couple.
Let's grab
noodles,
something
things
quicker. Like something we can eat on the road. Without making much of
Let's go to a
everything.
place that caters and they can get us like a tray of food. And we'll just
Or
take
we
it.
could get sandwiches. It might be better.
We could just go to a place and get some stuff and then keep going.
Plus, if we need anything, medical kits refilled or anything like that, just in case, we don't really know what we're running into or who will be there or what will be there. So best to go.
Best
as
Fill up
prepared
on
as
our medical
possible.
kit? Okay.
If anyone needs extra things for armor or weapon, battery packs for things, extra wires and whatnot. I don't know, but I feel that this is not going to be easy to acquire blood from factory that's been, not factory, facility that's been abandoned and left
that's the
elements
one
and strange beings.
That's the one thing that did kind of cross my mind. He said it was in a refrigerator, but if the place has been abandoned, wouldn't the fridge not be the thing anymore? So wouldn't the blood not be...
Well, in my
When
mind, yes.
When it comes to Aztec facilities, they have underground generators potentially
That,
nuclear, that can power things for a
Okay.
long time.
they
Okay.
they may have abandoned because incident, yes, but that does not mean they are not still running it, especially with Bloody Mary still running around. It could be placed that she
Yeah,
still
it's just
visits.
because it crossed my mind, and if he expects us to get stuff out of the fridge, if there might be other stuff in the fridge, there might be people around the fridge.
Right, look, the idea being this. Even if we are unable to get blood that is requested, at the very least we could get imagery to prove it. You know? There
Yeah.
may be something also more valuable there that we find. So
Yeah.
best to go in prepared.
I
So
mean, it's a
yes,
thing of in this city, if anybody's doing anything with blood, chances are it's gonna come back to the whole thing we're already wrapped up in already.
yes, unfortunately everything seems to be very connected. Plus, I believe soon there will be that event in Vegas. GM, just like
Yes.
cursory glance at internet. That event that is supposed to happen at the newly opened like garden situation in Vegas.
Yeah.
That's still a little bit of ways away, right?
Yes, that's still a little bit of ways away.
Okay. So because of that, Bloody Mary will be there, and who else knows what other doctors, scientists, people that have money, and corporations will be not far away. So uh, it is. I would be hard pressed to say this is not deeply connected to what we're already in. Um, yeah, so let us go store. We get snack, we get food, we get whatever we need to refill things, and I'm sure Mojave, you will need more ingredients for your special potions that you make.
Probably.
Um, Plus, we should pick up a few more aerosol cans, to for the front desk guy. We keep stealing his stuff, and I feel a little bit bad. The budget on his spray must be very high at this point.
But we could also grab an umbrella, cause it's gonna rain.
Well, yes, for the way back at least.
I got some garbage bags tucked into my bag, but like that's not the same.
This time, Jay might change it up, and on the down low, put one of the old air fresheners on the not the one that was there, but like if you guys swipe one of them, I'm gonna take one of the ones we've taken from way back when, like maybe the Hawaiian breeze one from
Yeah.
the first day. and
That's
just,
already
put that up there.
That's already like half empty. Yeah.
Like just start gathering up the ones that we've been swiping.
Let us go store, yeah? Plus, we will probably need some new clothes because desert weather is not forgiving.
I'm not expecting to be in the desert itself long.
I'd rather be prepared. Again, we don't know what we will find there. You know. It is also next to large, weird, spooky magic lake, so you know. A change of clothes might be appropriate. But yeah, encourage us to go to the store.
So, you all pile into the car, you're headed off to the store. I assume you stop basically convenience store in a mall-wart.
Yeah.
Modern day mall-wart.
Just grabs. Yeah, just grabbing snacks, refills for our medical kits, if anyone needs any extra, clothing stuff. Probably a fan or two just in case it gets a little hot,
Yeah, you'll have no issue
yeah.
getting all this stuff.
I think
More
Morningstar
snacks.
also will get special kinds of oils that she would know for Nagas for her scales, because part of her body is scaled. And she's like, I'm about to be in the desert. You're not gonna find me crispy fried out there. So probably some things. Probably get some sunblock for Mojave and Cloudy, so they don't end up sunburnt to hell.
Was imagine decently
umbrella.
like dressed for the desert. Like he came out of the desert. He's got no problem going back in it.
Yeah. Also, water.
I was gonna say, T's gonna grab one of those tow behind coolers, 3 bags of ice, and just like 2 cases of water, and just chuck the shit all together.
I feel like Jay would either have like a giant umbrella or like one of those umbrella hat things, and he would definitely have a pocket air conditioner thing where he could just like cool himself down.
Yeah, the fan. Yeah. yep. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. Also, Morningstar will put the security stuff in place for their home. Just making sure everything's locked up there so no one can do any funky stuff at the house. Make sure that's all protected. And probably like on the way back to the store, we'll make a quick run and stop into our apartments to grab the charging port for Madari so that I have it with him so he doesn't die. And then move on from there.
So, and you are all, once you've all collected all these things, you're heading out in the evening. Am I correct?
Oh, yes.
Getting out of the city before curfew's up.
That's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right.
Yep.
You all, you all get in the car. You got your things ready, cooler, water, everything you think you're gonna need, and you start heading out into the deserts outside of LA. It takes you a little bit to get past the city limits, but once you are, you become very aware of an interesting thing. As you are driving through the city, the rain gets a little more heavy. And then the minute you are outside city limits, when the last really big building is visible, it just sort of cuts. The rain just stops. Now, it could be at the edge of the storm, but it is interesting to see how heavy it got, and it didn't lighten up or fade, it just stops.
I spy with my magic eyes.
You spy with your magic eyes in a sensing roll. The other mage may make it as well.
Alright.
Look to the skies, my friends. What do you see?
I have looked to the sky.
The storm in question, both of you remember, must have been a little while ago, but you both remember that on one of the days you had witnessed during a rainstorm that had occurred before, a large spirit that seemed to be swirling or lying in the sky behind thunder and lightning. And when you look back over the city, you do see the same enormously large shape, and it seems to be swimming around and around and around inside of this large cloud that is really only visible to you just because of all the light pollution. But you can see that these clouds seem to be stopped over the city of LA.
That's normal. That is not something that is supposed to happen with storms, yes?
I think, in fact, somebody says this is exactly how it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? I'm sorry, my education on weather is through books that were at the lab.
There's a big snake guy in that cloud.
What?
It's not the first time we mentioned it. I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we mentioned it recently.
Do my, Naga senses go off? Like, do you know what I mean? My Naga Spidey sense is like...
Nah, this is just a spirit that... serpentine in appearance. It's not an actual snake, so... No Naga sense goes off.
Okay.
Well, there's just a big ol' snaky guy swimming around up there.
should we be concerned? Like, should we reach
Maybe.
out to people? Working with maybes is very difficult.
Well, working with spirits is pretty tricky too, especially ones that big.
Right. I guess I'm only asking because do we need to warn people? Has anyone reached out to Elf Boy? Make sure he is going to be alive and well? The gunslinger who was working with us before.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we mentioned it the other day when we went to go talk to the what's-his-face before the other job. We mentioned the big old things in the sky, because that's why we were late to go talk to the guy. Because of the rain, because of the spirits. So some people know.
Okay, well, hopefully the city will still be there when we get back.
I mean, if nothing else, the weather happens, and folks are prepared for weather, and if it's a bit of a funny magic weather, I mean, these things happen.
Right. I think this is the first time that a Morningstar is probably a little bit like weary of magic things. Because their only real purview of magic has been through their connection to Mojave and Cloudy. And a lot of weird magic things has happened in the city, so I think they're just like, what? you know? But they, they'll let it go for now, and they're just like, okay, if you say so.
I mean, one thing or the other, what are we gonna do about it right now?
You're not wrong. I think then, through technomancy stuff, Morningstar will find a radio station that plays, let's see, some like 80s synth type of music, to have playing in the car as they drive.
Perfect. I will completely allow this, as that is some of my favorite type of music.
Yes.
So, you all head into the desert, leaving the rain-covered LA behind you, traveling out to these GPS coordinates. It's about an hour in to the desert itself. You all may do as you will on this longer trip, preparing yourselves for whatever may happen. You find it very easy to identify the location you need to go to. You were alerted that not only near this place was a crater lake, but that it was an area that was magically interesting. As you drive up out in the deep dark of the desert, no lights, no whatsoever, you see what can only be described as a purple wisteria tree. Massive.
That is interesting.
And
I don't like that.
Closer and closer you get to it, you see small glowing things just sort of drifting through the air, flitting about like some kind of bug or bird, something like that, and they're just sort of coming in and out of sight, almost blinking like fireflies. The tree itself is not on land, but seems to be appearing out of a lake that is near perfectly circular. You can assume that this is the crater lake, given its less than natural shape. Any mage will be able to immediately spot, without any sensing, that this tree, the things floating around it, the lake itself, are not only magically active, but are something akin to the deep lacuna, where part of the astral plane slips into reality.
And I guess, for sake of asking, any of this at all familiar to me?
Roll me a memory test.
We haven't had one of these in a minute, y'all.
Yep.
You become very aware of dreams, not only you've been having recently, but ones you had a long time ago, of floating in water and just seeing purple above you, a gentle glow across your body. You get this memory, is the only thing you can describe it as, floating there, almost at peace, and a small magpie-like bird lands on your chest and sort of pokes at your head. And you are mentally aware that that is Havoc, even though you cannot hear what he says.
Mojave just kind of stares.
Kind of come out of it.
Stares at this lake and this tree for a long moment, like very much just middle distance. Is like, you don't see that too, right? Tree out there.
Yes.
Ooh, cool. That's good.
Is it familiar to you?
Oh, maybe. Still just staring at it.
Perhaps it is familiar to Ollie. To Havoc.
Hey, yo, Havoc, you know that tree?
Upon request, little shadow Havoc slides out of Mojave's basically almost looks like it pops out of Mojave's breast pocket the way he comes out. He does not coalesce into any specific animal. He stays in sort of a shadowy form. And he sort of comes out. Well, oh,
The tree over
shit.
there.
Look at
Is he
that!
ringing any bells?
Oh yeah,
My brain's kind of jingling.
yeah. Nest is over there.
Huh?
My nest.
You got a-
flew. Well, I was like this for a little while. You know, do as birds do. Shit, is that one chick I met still here? Ooh. I'll have to deal with that later.
Okay, yeah,
Chick means
Skills.
something
I think
bird-
we know this tree.
Chick means something different in bird lingo, man. Cradle robber.
Do you have a mate over there? Havoc?
Well, I'm not going to say that because, like, I mean, that's not really how spirits go, you know? Not all. I mean, some spirits do. Some spirits do. Me, like, even in life, I wasn't really like that. You know, I'm no interest.
So
That's
you're
just
not
how I
one
exist.
to kiss and tell.
That's not.
Huh.
I'm gonna go with that because the reality situation is a little more complicated. But let's just go with no. The Havoc that you
Okay.
see before you does not, in fact, have significant others. Closest thing I got is familial, and that's this man's over here, and just two little shadow tendrils just look up at they shift over towards Mojave to point at him.
That's the closest thing this current amorphous shadow has to a head.
See, best buddies. All I got.
Okay, so tree is not dangerous.
Nah, not that I know of. I mean, I flew around it forever. Nothing like kind of spooky ever came out.
So we have been here before. That's
Yeah.
something.
It's where I found you again. At the time, I thought you were just my body and shit, but turns out no, you were in there and I was out here and that.
Yeah, you
thing-
know, think I kind of remember that.
See,
As I'm looking at this tree, the facility isn't too far from this, right?
no, in the glow of the tree, it takes you like you gotta get pretty decently close, but you can see this gentle glistening right near where the crater lake is, and clearly it's metal. And you can assume that this bunker, this would be the entrance to that underground facility.
Okay. I'm in AR. I drop into AR, and I just want to see if there's a host or anything Matrix-wise active here.
There is a functional host, and you are struck
Oh.
by this host's appearance. It
Okay.
appears like a decimated Aztec temple, where on top of it is these very sharp, curved, almost DNA-like structures that crash out of the what appears to be stone of this monument, tearing it apart. But that is a host. You can see that, yes, this is some sort of isolated host in the Matrix.
Okay. I will let the group know this. It seems that they are, at least matrix-wise, still active here.
You know, Havoc, if you spend any time hanging around this place, you know anything about the thingy over there?
The metal thing?
Yeah.
Nah, that was here when we woke up.
Okay, because we gotta go poke it now, and if you know anything, like, cause I know.
Wish I did, buddy. Wish I did. Ah!
Look,
Morpheus Shadow. Hard to
what
talk.
can I say, Havoc? I'm sorry, I'm contagious.
Eh. Yeah, you are. No.
All right then.
If I had it, I'd tell you. Now, if you'll pardon me, I'm gonna go back and hide. And just right back into Mojave's body.
Okay, well, with that, I think we'll probably park, right? And start to head on out to try to get closer to this facility.
And everyone's going. I want, real quickly, order of who's going first. What are you bringing? Things like that.
Hold on.
How big's the front door?
It's a bunker, so I can't imagine the front door's that big. You know?
Oh, if
Driving the whole car and bringing everything with us.
Yeah, I mean, if the bunker needs to have supplies delivered, they've got to have a truck entrance.
If they have a truck entrance, you do not know where that would be, as this is clearly a single-person entrance. There is a possible shot that this entrance was part of a much bigger above-ground facility, but given its closeness to the gigantic crater and tree, there is a good shot that the larger doors have been destroyed.
So Mojave's probably first to pop out of the car, but he is not entering first. He is hiding behind Cloudy and T, the two people who are good with the pew pew punch punch.
Yeah, T will go first if no one else wants it. He's got no problem with it. I'll cycle
I'm
through my
checking over
vision
my,
options.
yes.
Do
I got myself a bag with a crowbar and a mini welder and a gas mask, survival kit, and just.
Do you think you
Okay.
guys will need my my expertise? Yeah, maybe. Okay, I better go.
Probably.
Yeah, I think there's just a look from Morningstar that's like, boy,
Yeah. Come on, Jay, you're a hero. You can't stay out of the key scenes.
This is why I need one of those bodies like our friend had, because then I can take one of those in, you know.
Something to invest in later.
So if you could get any kind of body, what kind of body would you want? Would you want to be like a dog, or like a guy, or like a bird?
You know, like me, except cool and robotic. Maybe like that could fly. That'd be cool. Like a superhero, you know?
Like jet legs?
Well,
Appreciate
like
that. I respect that.
imagine Jay, but like Cyber Jay. You know?
You know, there
Maybe
was an
have
old
like arms that
story-
transform into machine guns. You know,
Ooh,
to help enforce the peace.
Yeah, there was an old story I read in a comic book that Miro had about a man called Iron Man, and it was similar to what you are describing. Yeah, the whole collection of
Yeah,
metal
I want to
bodies.
be like Iron Man.
Something to invest in.
I will
So-
give
What were you going to say? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Jason. You do think the door is big enough that if you want it, you can take the links in.
Oh shit.
Really?
Yes.
When the DM tells you should bring the links.
In that case, Jay would hop on top of the links and just kind of like sit on it while he's like remote controlling it.
So he goes full Transformer and is like Autobots roll out. That's what Jay does.
Oh, hero squad, roll out!
So as T leads the way, close behind him is Jason, riding the skittering lynx as it goes.
Madari is going to come with me in the form of the necklace. I am going to pull out. I'm going to have my gun on me, but I think I also will bring one of the medical kits just in case. Because it would really suck if something were to happen to us inside and all of our medical stuff is in the car. So I will help to bring the medical stuff.
Yeah, I got my bag with all of my assorted potion things and totally legit medical equipment and protein bars, water bottles, things to, if the worst were to come to worst, last at least a couple of days.
Yeah. Our snacks, the little supplies we got. Probably roll in the cooler that that T got in with us.
Heading out for a picnic. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
So,
a quick question, GM.
yes.
When because I'm assuming we're gonna have to pass at least part of this large lake, right? Just cursory peeking over at it. Is there anything floating in the water, or can I see movement in the water?
So, as you look out across the lake, you catch sight of a couple things that seem to be floating. You're unsure if they're some kind of log or something. They are large, longer shapes, very bumpy. Every now and again, you'll hear a splash or a shift of water as some things may be swimming in there. Nothing too big sounding.
I don't really like it. I'll be honest. Okay. All right. Well, there are things for sure living in it. I assume not spirit, as I wouldn't be able to see spirit unless it was manifesting in front of me. But
And you're
there are
able to see
several
all the
things
other
to
ones
look.
here, aren't you? See all the small,
Am
little,
I?
almost birds and
Yes.
and
You
bug
can see
things.
Okay.
The only thing is you're noticing is that a lot of the things that fly around do seem to go in and out of existence as if they are manifesting and demanifesting. But you do notice that it is specifically they demanifest when they leave a certain distance away from the tree. And they seem to manifest
I
again
see.
as if they had continued an arc back towards the tree. There seems to be a radius that the astral is completely visible and manifested here.
So Mojave does keep glancing back in that direction because apparently we came from there.
Yeah. I think especially if I see things floating around in there and stuff, I'd probably point it out. There's definitely stuff in there, and you're right, Cloudy. I can see. That's so strange. I wonder if the facility didn't just take upper damage here, but if perhaps there's something lower and whatever is in this lake is also leaking into the lab, commingling with whatever's in there.
Magical radiation does not bode well. Okay.
Okay, so, and we're saying this as we're walking.
Yes, you're approaching the entrance here. It is old and rusted, but does not seem to have taken any form of damage at any point in time.
Okay.
The one thing though you will notice as you approach with not just in the ambient light, but I assume either the Lynx or one of the rotodrones, if they're there, has a flashlight trained on the ground. You will come across a robot that is similar to the one you saw earlier. It appears to be not a same kind of person. It doesn't look like the other one, but clearly the build, like the synthetic oil that leaks out of it, the specific color of the metal from the bolts. It's like this possibly came from the same place. You'll also find another one that is some kind of no fur, no nothing, just robotic. Like think like a baby lynx. Nothing's attached to it, but more than likely you could probably attach like a handgun to it if you wanted. And it is on its side, completely non-functional.
The body, the one that is of like a humanoid shape. I want to just take a second to look it over. And do I see like a serial number or, you know, signature, something to give me an idea of possibly like, is this Dr. Hammond's work, or is this our new friend and one of their attempts to send something out here to retrieve what they wanted?
I would say that you would be able to make the assumption that this is something your friends sent out here, because there's nothing on the internet easily accessible as Dr. Hammond's work. All you know that he was a roboticist. Almost all of his work is kept under classified, like hack, as technology kind of classified. But putting two and two together, the fact he said that there was too much interference to send something out here, you can assume maybe these were also bodies of his. And at this point in time, your spirit, Cloudy, gets back to you. It managed to finally trace and catch up with the robot. It's found it. It is actually very close by. Your spirit literally comes running up to you, very confused, as that robot body is on the other side of the lake. That's when it finally was able to track it down, this thing moving very quickly. And the sprite, Morningstar, comes back to you. It has difficulty forming here and speaking with you, as you become very aware of a very heavy wall of noise in the Matrix. It's not very high, it's not entirely around the host, but it's almost like it's the outside walls of it. And too much proximity to this bunker seems to force things to move through this noise, and the sprite almost completely disintegrates, but is able to push itself through because of its level. And it gets to you, and explains that it does have the location of the source. It is currently 300 feet below you at this moment.
Okay. I imagine both Cloudy and Morningstar receive this information at the same time. And Morningstar's confused and looks to the others and says, "Your friend is here. The one who sent us on this mission is here.
Is it his blood?
Is it Dr. Hammond? Perhaps reborn as Mojave was?
I mean, you seem pretty confused. I'm pretty confused. It's not impossible. Oh wait, no, he wouldn't have been because he's a robot now, but his blood's in a fridge? I don't know, science.
You're a doctor. Anyway,
I know medicine, that's different.
He's 300 feet below us.
And the body, as I keep on walking around the lake, somewhere over. And where exactly? Where exactly is this thing? Just kind of.
We're gonna make it easier. Okay. It's on the other side of the entrance to this bunker along the shoreline, about the exact same circumferential distance from the entrance as the other ones were, just on the opposite side. Like you can even feel like, hold on, this is about the same distance. And Jason, you'll notice that the lynx behaves a little weirdly as it crosses this border. Like, you feel that if you were not in direct control, the links would have just shut down. Like, you get alert codes of, I've been told to shut down here.
Gotcha. I think I'm going to. You said there was like one of those bodies nearby, right?
Yes.
I want to pick up one of those bodies and just kind of like. I know the Lynx doesn't have a truck bed, but I just want to like throw it on top of the Lynx, maybe tie it down with something, just temporarily, unless I find another cooler body. I want to see about taking one of these back with me.
Kidnapping a robot, yes.
Yeah, you take one of the humanoid androids. You'll notice that this one specifically is definitely built to be a different kind of person in a lot of ways. The other body was very neutral, very simple dude, just younger kind of guy, like 20-somethings. This body is made to look like a young woman, rather scantily clad. And you're not sure what this android was used for, but the way that she is dressed does not seem like it was the most wholesome of robots. But you are able to just slap that android right over there and just tie it down.
Gotcha.
So, new friend, source, or he himself is 300 feet below us. Their robots are all over the place here.
But he has stuck himself in a robot and his blood's in the fridge?
Maybe.
Well, we probably can't pump all this water out or magic it away. So do you think we need to get some sort of like personal sub or something? Go down that far? Because
I
this place
think-
is all flooded, right?
Well, I don't know if it's flooded. We would have to enter it. We can just go through the door here and see what we find. But I would...
Yeah, I definitely
would-
remember floating, but I don't think I know how to swim.
I
Okay.
would...
I'm sorry,
What?
me as the player, for some reason I was thinking we entered the facility and found a lake.
What?
I mean, hey, honestly, in this game, weirder things have happened.
You know what? That is
The
true.
lake
and I
is
do not blame
outside?
you for that misunderstanding. It's all right. No, the lake is outside of the bunker currently, as is the giant tree that's
Yeah.
the center of it.
Yeah. And then there's the bunker next to it.
Especially, you did say this was similar to Great Lacuna. You know what? I get it.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
clipping in is like, okay, maybe.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the door. And you said it's like rusty or whatever, but
Yeah.
otherwise
just like it
there's no
hasn't been.
real like damage to it.
No, just wear and tear of years being left there.
Okay. I'm gonna try to open the door. And then if I can't, I'll be like, T, can you help me?
You'll notice that this door, it does have a mechanical lock, but upon moving it, you can hear this gentle click noise, and a basically keypad lights up next to the door, red. And then you almost watch it, it's like its LEDs flash a minute, it turns green, and you hear a thunk as whatever might be magnetically holding this just let go, and you are able to move it.
Okay. I will move it very cautiously. I will remain in VR. I mean, not VR. AR. As we move through, so that if I see any like hiccups or weird things within the matrix, I'll be able to catch it before anyone gets hurt. So.
Right. In AR wise, you'll notice that like geolocation lies the destroyed temple with the structures in it, which we're just going to call the bunker, is obviously right on top of its real world component. You notice that there was this giant stone doorway that you knew was the normal entrance into the host, as if you would just need to go into it kind of thing. The minute the keypad unlocked, that door did as well. The host is now open, and you are able to see inside it, and it is utter chaos in here. There are weird, fractured parts of this host There are broken areas that just are almost just too damaging to go near. There are signals coming from various locations. You can even tell just from the scattered code as you walk in that there used to be some form of black ice here, which is a type of AI that is a killing. It will kill something that enters into it.
But those things in particular aren't active anymore?
No, they almost see
Or like were
it looks
destroyed?
like it looks like someone, I guess, matrix-wise, shattered it. Its code is in pieces. There's no way this thing could even register anything anymore. It is absolutely destroyed, like it got hit by some kind of computer virus.
Okay.
And just with the doors opening, for sake of asking, as somebody with one foot in the astral at all times, I spy with my magic eyes.
Currently speaking, there's nothing surprising in the astral plane. Nothing really pops up here. Most things are metal or technological, and they are just simply dull and dark alongside your normal vision, which is just... It's a dark area here. There's a front desk, a couple locations with doors kind of ajar or askew. Once you are about a couple feet into the front of this bunker, you've reached this desk area that has some sort of computer terminal. You all hear the clicking and shifting as the automatic lights, it seems, all come on above you. And they light down this long hallway with a very bright red door at the very end.
I just let the group know something more than physical destruction happened here. I had, what did you say? It was black ice? Is that what you called the AI?
Yes, they're ICE or ICEs are good as those. I can't remember the acronym. They are various types of
Intrusion, countermeasure, something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I let the group know they had this kind of programming here, but it seems that something has completely destroyed its code. This place is a mess on the Matrix. There are
I
weird
wouldn't
spots.
think ice would last very long in the desert.
It's not the same. They are. It's a type of AI that is meant to kill anyone who enters the facility.
Well, at least it's gone before we got here, then, I guess.
Right, but for something to be able to destroy it on this level, it has to be equally as strong or more so. The code itself is shattered. It is not regular. There are whole spots here that digitally would not be safe to go near because the code itself is destroyed.
That's all just words to me, but I will take your word for it.
Right. Okay. Well, there is the red door. Shall we proceed forward?
Oh, it's not. We're gonna go back.
Right. Yeah, I will proceed, forward, keeping an eye out for more of this like broken code, and Morningstar is trying to piece together sort of similar to forensic pathologists, right, where they look at a scene and based off of what's there or what isn't there, are like trying to form what happened based off of that. So like I'm trying to see, okay, what occurred here, what managed to destroy this code so thoroughly, based off of either what is present or what isn't present. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
I'll say as you all make your way down this hallway towards the red door, you pass a couple things. One of the ajar doors
Adjacent?
along the
Oh,
way down.
okay.
I can speak. Even a tentative glance in, you can tell that it is some kind of, like, break room. Like, there's a couple vending machines with no lights on, coffee makers in there, and you also can see there is what is definitely the bottom half of somebody lying behind a bench of some kind. You just see their legs and a doctor's coat from behind this thing. You don't know if the rest of the body is there or not, but that's all you can see. Also in that room, you see what appears to be the outline of somebody on a wall.
When you say somebody, do they look... Or maybe... Is there a sense via smell or otherwise that there's any state of decay here?
There is a musty smell. There is no sense of decay, as there's a good possibility that if these are dead bodies, they have been here long enough that they're done decaying now.
Okay.
So I was gonna ask that, or is this like skeletal remains?
Yeah, like in my medical opinion, do they look dead?
Yes.
Cool,
If you were to go into the room and check this body out, it's a mummified corpse at this point.
Yep, he's definitely dead.
I'm gonna
Like,
go into this room.
Dried out specifically?
Yes, it still has some of its skin, and though it's tight to the skeleton, there is still things there.
I'm gonna go into this room, and with the one that has the lab coat on. I'm searching for an ID, a card that might need to be swiped or something like that kind of stuff. I'm looking for that on this body.
You're able to find some kind of key card or thing, like an ID that, turning it around, you can even see that it has a magnetic chip basically slid into the back of it. So this would be something you'd press up against a door if you needed access. You see that this is junior researcher Michaels.
And it might be difficult to ascertain since these are essentially mummies, but can I glean, like, medically what happened to these people?
There are no external wounds at all. The only person of any odd is that outline that's spattered against a wall, where you do not see a body. You see as if it was like you spattered a wall with some kind of paint or dark material, and you just see someone's outline.
Okay, so these people don't look like they got, like, hurt in the normal way. And that guy got splattered, so I think it's clear to say that something happened here. I know it was something funny, but not in the ha-ha kind of funny way.
Mm-hmm. Well, Junior Researchers Michaels, thank you for your ID, and I will take it, get up and go back into the hallway. Having had Mojave, he pointed out the splatter on the wall and stuff like that, does that ring to me something similar to the, like, blood magic stuff that we've come across before?
You have never seen anything like what has occurred to this gentleman.
Okay, interesting. Fucking yikes.
Have
okay.
I?
So as you all continue your down, you're all going to pass by two separate rooms that are different locker rooms, it seems. One clearly has a faded sign that identifies it as men's. There's a women's one. And of course there's also another section that's a little bit smaller. And that's just sort of labeled with, like, a bunch of different things. And, like, yeah, it's got a person, disabled something. You know, it's a little smaller section that's for other people, is the best way to put it. Yeah, a very inclusive environment, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Following down, you get to the red door. There is a keypad, and as you approach it, it lights up to show red. And leaning junior researcher Michael's key card up there, you're able to open the door, and it lets almost this gentle creaking, like it's not used to opening. And you kind of get a rush of air that comes out from behind the door. It is cold. Very cold air that comes out at you. And once the door is open,
Maybe there is ice down here.
more lights light up down the hallway and into various rooms. So these lights seem to be, turning on automatically, it appears.
Quick question. Aside from, the corpses on the ground, in just, like, the physical, I don't know what technology is playing, how much is, like, disturbed?
It seems like where bodies are, you can see that a chair is overturned here. It looks like a table's overturned, but nothing. It wasn't ransacked. It's like single objects were fallen down. Things that are scattered on the grounds are things like mugs or clipboards or.
So mostly just stuff that would have been knocked over by the victims.
Yes.
So whatever happened apparently happened in a weird space.
Yes. And as you kind of continue and you do find corpses, finally you do see ones that have had physical damage done to them. There is a body that does not have a head. It is just gone. There are two individuals who are leaned up against a back wall. And you can see that you're not sure exactly how, but even through the fabric of their clothing and their coats, they seem to be fused together at the shoulder.
That makes my question all the more. The decapitated person, the surroundings, the blood that would be splattered around. Was he decapitated alive or was he decapitated post-mortem? Is there blood? Was there blood?
There is no blood around the body.
Okay, so either he got decapitated post-mortem, or he didn't bleed.
Okay, a lot to take in here. First question. The cold air, is this just like this room has been sealed off for a long time and so it's just, and the fact that it's underground, it's like a cooler space, or like there is like a purposeful keeping the temperature low in this area?
What you can tell is that the rooms you were in before you opened the door were musty and stagnant, as if it did not have any form of ventilation or anything for a long time. This rush of wind and now the cold temperature, standing still in this environment, you can hear a very gentle hum in the air that is a clear sign of AC. So this cold does appear to be coming from some sort of ventilation unit that is still functioning. Now, whether it's been damaged and the temperature is because of it, or they intended it to be this cold, you are not sure.
Okay.
I would like to take a closer look at the two people fused together, please.
My question that might help out Mojave a little bit here. Because of the colder temperature, the state of decay, are they skeletal or are they a little bit more whole?
I mummified, where the skin is taut, the body is dry, but the skin has not completely rotted away. It's not entirely a skeleton, it's a very dirty skeleton.
So, the people fused together. My questions are, A, does this look like it was something done, like, via some sort of magical accident, or does it look like it was done with scientific intention?
What you can tell is that, looking upon their bodies, their entire structure of one's left arm and the other's right arm are, like, the bones are fused, as if they share one hand and arm. You would need a sensing if you want to tell if there is any magical trace here, but you already know by looking into the astral, the area is very fuzzy, so to pinpoint any kind of magic would be a little bit difficult. But you can still
I sensed and rolled a 6, so...
Well, mother of all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Almost like I
spooky magic.
specialize in this stuff.
The magic you see here is chaotic. It's broken and shifted. Like, this is not someone's intentional magic. This is insanity here. This is magic gone wild.
Okay.
Yeah, this didn't happen on purpose.
Well,
It seems. Go ahead, Jay.
I suppose it's a good thing we're not dealing with some, like, Dr. Tucker or something trying to make chimeras, that'd be bad news.
Yeah.
Well, we still got a few floors to visit before we make that judgment call. But when I look at the, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, the magical traces. Is it limited to the fused together body? Is the guy with no head? Is it like the vibe check? Where are they? Is it all the vibes? Is it contained vibes? How are the vibes?
Chaotic is crazy. I don't know what you want from me.
Well, like, it's not just
bodies
limited to
are-
the fused
the
body.
bodies
To the
aren't the source.
decapitated body, is it like...
Oh yeah, no, everything has weird magic on it.
Okay.
It's
Just checking, just making sure. Just making
every
sure.
kind of energy and spirit and magic possible. Spirits of man, spirits of beast, just traces of everything here.
Just outside was dead. I'm just making sure that
Yeah. Well, no, but to that point, this is a place where they were trying to fuse magic with technology. Something clearly went wrong, and this is the aftermath of whatever that was. Whether it was a conscious spirit that they tried to chain to body or something like that, and it lost control and exploded everywhere. Perhaps that is what we are witnessing. When I look at the decapitated head, does the sort of I guess skin or like whatever is there left there, does it look as if it was burned?
It is completely.
Does it look
It is
charred?
completely sealed over. You cannot see the holes where the throat or anything else would be.
His head got stolen by magic. Gotcha.
Boy, okay, that's not great, but okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that there is much else we can do but to keep pressing forward.
We could send
Wait,
the little
hold
guy
on.
forward instead. Pointing at Rotodrone.
So wait, you were talking about how that head was taken by magic, right?
I mean, you see, normally if you cut somebody's head off, you can still see the tubes. You can't see the tubes there, so that's not normal. So it's gotta be magic.
There's no charm marks on this. It is completely sealed.
Like, if you cut somebody's head off, their neck doesn't normally heal afterwards.
There would also be blood splattering on walls. There's no blood here.
That would be more the effects of lingering healing magic after it got cut off.
Could be. It seems like people were... I mean, those guys got glued together.
Okay, let's continue forward, see what else we find.
This looks more like healing magic gone wrong than harvested by magic.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
strange
whatever
to me that-
happened here was intentional one way or the other. I think something went wrong, healing magic or otherwise.
It seems a little almost silly, no? That the healing magic would occur after her head was removed.
There's a giant magical tree literally 60 feet away from us.
You're not wrong.
100
You're,
feet,
you
give
know
or
what?
take.
Yeah, I mean, if
Right,
magic
right.
took off his head, it could also stitch his neck together. Like, I don't know. Things here
Okay,
clearly
okay.
went a bit weird.
Yes. Yes. As we're pressing
Spirits might have
forward,
gone weird too.
yeah.
Yeah?
As we're pressing forward, GM, obviously I can't tell about magic things. That's our magic users can do that. But would I have any knowledge if magic could affect technology in the same way that like these bodies were clearly affected?
It is rare
Because I'm
that technology it's rare that the Matrix and the Astral ever interfere or coincide, but it is not beyond the realm of possibility or happening that magical effects have affected technology and overabundance of technology have affected magic in an area. With a facility like this, where they were attempting to blend the two, it is almost excessively likely that some very strange things are occurring where magic and technology are both affecting each other.
It's like if you took two of the magnet things that aren't supposed to stick together, but you forced them to stick together anyway, and then they just went off in opposite directions.
right. Okay. It might explain what happened with the ice programming that they had in the facility.
If the tech stuff broke up there, and then the magic stuff broke down here, and then everything broke in here.
Okay. Yeah, as we press forward, that I'm at this point like I'm keeping an eye out for any weird things in the Matrix that don't line up. You know, like this idea of a whole facility filled with possible magic and technology things that have been fused or attempted to be fused together. So I'm looking for those like irregularities in coding as we push through.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Oh, no, in character question.
Do me a favor and do a Matrix perception to look through this host and see what you can find.
So just computer then, yeah?
Yes.
It's a 4.
I gotta give that. So as you're looking through, you'll notice that areas of this host are, the best way to put them, glitched out, but glitched out in very specific ways. Certain things overlap each other. There is duplicate code in a lot of places. There are broken pieces that seem to just be bugged and will not coalesce together. A lot of the physical makeup of this host is damaged, just in general. Like, there's a good shot this thing probably should have just torn itself apart over all this time. But what you will notice is you're next to, or close to, and you'll be able to see it through the host itself, the large DNA-like structures that spout out from this host that seem to be a part of its shape. They are much more solid. They do not show any of the signs of glitching or brokenness, and in fact, they seem to reach out code that is letting the original host piggyback on it, letting it stay around. It's gluing it together, duct taping everything so it doesn't fall apart.
So there's a thing that is actively trying to piece this place back together.
Yes, or at least hold it in whatever state it can. And it is clearly created by something else. It is not the original creators of the Aztec host. It is definitely a creator of whatever this DNA-like structure is.
Okay. Yeah, as we're walking, I will divulge this information and explain there are these structures that are piercing through. They look similar to DNA. It is, I think, like that healing magic you suggested before. It is attempting to glue whatever code it can latch onto back together. Perhaps what is happening here is that this combination of magic, healing magic, and technology trying to piece it back together.
But the question is, what
Magic's
broke in
trying
the
to fix
first
code.
place?
Yes, magic
Just
is trying.
it.
Yes. So
Okay.
To what Mojave said, it could have been the initial catalyst for the destruction, and now because of magic influence, and maybe coding is trying to fix itself.
I got another question that's a bit less theory and is a bit more mission. It's pretty cold in here. Are we still looking for the fridge, or are we in the fridge?
I think this is
Maybe
just
it's
AC.
alive.
That is exactly what I am suggesting, Jay. The cold and magic.
We totally need to free it and get this. We can be friends and get them on our side. Like,
No.
we would have the coolest Jarvis, guys.
No.
Okay.
I don't think you can
that's how that's
free a
gonna go.
building, Jay.
I want to try something here, but I am scared to do it because I don't want it to then view me as an aggressor. But I'll tell you my intention, and you can tell me if this is possible or not.
All right.
My intention is to break something in the coding, and what I want to see is there like an instantaneous response to try to repair the coding.
I will let you use a simple hack test because it's brute force. You're going to try to just rip through like a normal attack into the code itself.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to tell the group, I'm going to try something, be on guard, because I really don't know what's going to happen. But you know, as they say in the name of science, it's a 2.
Well, you're only going after the baseline host. That is enough. This host is broken.
Okay.
It no longer has a firewall of its own.
Okay, cool.
You are able to basically the equivalent of throwing something and snapping the wall, or just knocking a piece off. It is momentary. It is an extended period of time, Matrix style wise. Like, to anyone else, this is not instantaneous, but to you, you're like, damn, this is actually taking a little while to register what it needs to do. But you do witness tendrils of code reach out and grip the part of the wall that broke and trying desperately to pull it back together, and you can see almost like plaster on a wall try to cover it back up.
For sake of being thorough, is there any interaction with the magic vibes of this place as this is happening?
There is no shifting in the magic around you immediately. I mean, there is this, even in the air, okay, this was your highest sensing from before, it's like the air is breathing. So every now and again you get this sort of rush of just astral energy. Nothing that is damaging, nothing that's specified, but just like something massive is just breathing in and out.
And there's no, like, traces of, like, active, intentional magic left lying around? It's just the sort of residual breath of life?
Yes.
Okay. You know, Jay, I don't think what you said is too far off. I essentially broke off a piece of the code, and it almost instantaneously has repaired it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can feel it breathing.
Can you, like, fix the code you broke, and then maybe we can, like, keep helping it and fixing it, and then it might be able to start communicating with us, and then we can, like, befriend it.
Isn't that code the one that was meant to activate defenses and kill us?
But if we fix it, maybe it'll see us as an ally. Or a friend.
We don't know if it can even think in those terms, Jay.
I quite frankly, from what I am seeing in this binary, it looks as if it is simply in a function of fixing. It is trying to heal itself. I think perhaps the closer we get to source, the more information we can gather on what it is capable of and what it maybe originally was intended to do. Or if perhaps this DNA strand of gold was birthed because of the destruction here.
I found myself wondering, do you think this happened here cause the lake? Or did the lake happen cause of the here?
My best guess? Both. I don't know the history of the land enough or how these magic lakes work to give better clue, but
You know, there's a question. I don't know how much it matters. But Scales, did you get it when you were looking things up, did you get any sense of when this place exploded?
I think I would have gotten that information, right, Softy?
Yeah, it exploded about 20 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, I shared that information. I said, yes, 20 years ago is when the incident happened. As technology, of course, tried to cover it up with, gas leak type of excuse and said there was nothing to worry about. No one came to check further, of course. However, it was interesting. In the files, there was a commentary, which I imagine came from our new friend here, saying, why do the corporations lie? Why do corps lie? Clearly, they know more, or perhaps at one point had access to that memory. They're not exactly reliable, considering their very spotty memory, but 20 years ago.
Corpses lie, cause all the corpses lying around.
It is interesting to note, though, Mojave, the day that, Ollie, your original body's consciousness, died during a time in which technomancers were being essentially genocided in Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's correlation, but it is interesting to me that a place that was trying to fuse magic and technology together, then there is an event where whole people who, while I am not magic, sort of what I do is magic, but for technology.
Yeah, this place has me real curious for a bunch of reasons.
Let's keep going. We'll find more.
As you all make your way down the hallway, you eventually come to a point where there's clear signs of basically elevator this way, and it's got plenty of lab numbers all pointing in the same direction. You are almost funneled in by just the structure of the place into this hallway, and walking through it, it's got glass, I guess almost like a glass archway over the top of it. You realize it is a bridge over a very large open area, and this just massive thing. Jason, you actually recognize this thing because it is a much bigger version of certain kinds of cooling systems that are used in Ares supercomputers. These are things that need to be able to take a hit. These are things that need to be able to move and always stay around, and they need a lot of cooling as they produce a lot of heat.
Okay, and what kind of state is it in?
It's functional. There are spots on it, like just then from like here, you can kind of see like, maybe that down there is something dirty. I don't know, but this thing probably needs maintenance if it hasn't been touched in 20 years.
Could I just try to freshen it up a little bit, give it a spot of maintenance?
This thing is 40 stories tall.
I do have the skill industrial mechanic.
You know what? If you can find the engineering bay, I will allow you to make some kind of test. But from the
Boy's got 4 arms and a dream!
From the entrance,
Hey.
I cannot allow that.
Okay, so
But,
quick question.
Yes.
that maybe will help Jay, because I am an AR. Am I able to find the engineering bay just based off of like, matrix things that are active and going? Because like there's like an AC going through this place, so
I,
you know.
I'm gonna say I appreciate the thought. There are signs on the walls.
Okay, no, I didn't know. This place
No,
has
it's
seen
fine.
destruction. I
No,
gotta
there are
ask.
signs on the walls, and there's clearly a map. And going towards this elevator, you can actually see buttons marked and labeled for different sectors inside of this larger structure. And there's an entire floor that's just engineering and maintenance. The lowest
Wonderful.
floor is only identified by a simple acronym. It is MMC.
MMC.
And in this hallway, there is what appears to be a small spider-like droid, not dissimilar to Jason's, where they're just meant to do simple tasks, they clean or whatever. And this is just clearly it's a glorified Roomba. But it has, in no uncertain terms, it has damage to its undercarriage that the only way, like, Jay, you can recognize that it was done to it by itself. It reached and stabbed its own internals. And you see the reason it did this was it, in the last moments before its coolant ran out, painted onto the glass, "Why do corpse lie?"
I just
That's-
told you guys the information, so
And with that, we are going to call an end to it here.
Softy, you're so good at leaving us on cliffhangers.
Thank
you monster.
everyone. Thank everyone for watching. Thank you all for playing. I am going to go in order for a secret special region that I'm not going to say until the very end. Mojave, who are you and why do you exist?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I'm not sure I have the answer to either. However, if I had to give an answer, I'd say that I am allegedly Daybreakathon, and whatever reason for which I exist is far beyond my grasp. However, you can find me existing over on my channel here on Twitch, Daybreakathon, where lately I have been playing Subnautica and doing art. It's a very good time. Not both at once, but, like, those are two separate things that I do when streaming. Yes, come find me. It's a very good time. Aside from that, I've written a couple of fantasy novels. You should definitely check those out. Click the links to go find them. I worked very hard, and I'd like to think they're good. I also did the character art for the characters who have blah 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 blah. Sorry, playing Mojave
Characters
too
that have
long.
art.
Yes, I did art for characters with art. My commissions are open if you'd like me to do some art for you as well. I am also doing Art Fight this year. It's a very good time. I am Daybreakathon there if you'd like to check my stuff out over there. Books, art, stream. You can find me here now playing Mojave and just stumbling over my own tongue at the now times, and then at the vampire times when that's a thing, you can find me playing Hatfield, who's much better at talking, surprisingly. Aside from that, my dog did just come running to say, "Oh, hey, it's my books!" Thank you, Nascapian. Thank you very much. Those are my books. Please read them. Anyway, my dog, his tail is wagging. He is sitting here looking at me. He says hello.
Hi, puppers. Hi.
Hello, puppy.
Brain work. Cloudy. Oh no, I'm smart. Morningstar. Who are you and why do you exist?
Hey guys, I'm Morningstar when we do Shadowrun. I do the things, the TTRPG things here on Table of Horrors, and some other places, but here on Mondays, obviously Morningstar. On Fridays, I am Acheron, and in the future, perhaps some other things that you guys will be seeing. which I am very excited about. But also, I am on Lanyap Gaming, where for the most part we do a lot of VTM. We did Blood and Jazz, which is a VTM game that occurs in the modern times, Louisiana. Go check out our VODs on YouTube. We have not just VTM, we also have a bunch of one-shots of other things that we've done. And there are things coming in the future. We are currently filming some stuff that should start coming out just after Gen Con in August. But we'll keep you updated on the Twitter and the socials and all that. I also have spicy links if you are into that sort of thing. Be respectful, spread joy and love, set your boundaries, and stand by it. And that's it.
Always wonderful. Now, Cloudy, who are you and why do you exist?
Hello, everyone. My name is Lord Radon, and I play Cloudy while here on Mondays. I do not play any of the games here, but I will occasionally play games with my friendos that rated in earlier today. Hi Stone, hi Arctic, y'all are great. Other than that, I have recently been informed that people might throw stripper money at me if I read the phone book. I might wind up reading something on Twitch here before too much longer, because those threats are getting serious.
Everyone get your singles.
Hey.
T103, who are you and why do you exist?
Hello, my name is Slippery Nos. Because the Nosferatu wouldn't fit on Twitch. Thanks for that. Here Mondays is T103, as you've seen. He's very quiet, but I promise you he's ready for violence. On Fridays, I'm Slip, playing Nosferatu. He's very loud, and I promise you he's trying to avoid violence. I stream variety in the middle of the week, and that is it.
Wondrous.
With all his heart, Slip is trying to avoid violence.
Last but never least of our players is Jason. Who are you and why do you exist?
I am Noskavian, and I exist to play tabletop. On Fridays, I play Barry on Table of Horrors. On Mondays, I play Jason on Table of Horrors with a very cosmic GM. I have friends who have written books, such as our very own Daybreakathon, Wardbreaker, and Windswept. You guys should check them out. And also, I have a friend with the handle Solus who writes Obelisk the Long Dream, and he put a QR code in his book.
Yeah. Screenshot that shit.
And I would like to put, as a very lovely congratulations, our dear and wonderful Noskavian is now a married man. And we want to congratulate him and his lovely wife on their happiness.
Yes!
Congrats, Noskavian.
Hard hands.
Happy for
you found your person!
And we want you to know that we'll always love you, and we're so happy that you're here, and we're happy that you had a good time on your wedding and honeymoon and doing all the cute newlywed stuff that... I'm an eldritch monstrosity. I barely know what half the things humans do is.
Listen, we were so happy that you got married and you did the fun, cool stuff, but we're also like, hey, thanks, Mrs. Noskavian, for giving us our friend back so we could play games with him.
Okay.
Yes.
I love all my players. I love y'all. And to obviously end this out, I am your Cosmic GM, Softonomicon. Here on Table of Horrors, I obviously run the Monday Shadowrun game. I play Ebony in the Friday Oxford's Ashes, which is VTM 5e. Yes. Why did I just confuse if that was Vampire the Masquerade? I'm smart.
Yes.
There are also some other projects that soon will be coming to Table of Horrors that I will be involved in. I am Shiv's Hedgehog husband, and I will be here for as long as I can ever exist, which hopefully will be forever. On my own channel, which I do have, please do follow me if you can. I do variety streaming, video games, artwork. Lately we've been doing things like Gunfire Reborn, which is a roguelite first-person shooter, and Risk of Rain 2, which is a roguelite third-person shooter. Very good. Risk of Rain 2, very, very good game. I have a Patreon if you want to support me. There is a specialty coloring book, The Periodic Table of Monsters, that is exclusive to the Patreon. I have a merch store normally, but that's down right now, but don't worry, it'll be back up soon. Also, I am an artist. I draw the cute little model you see giggling before you. I do have commissions open. I will happy to make anyone anything as long as they pay me for it. I think I actually got everything in one go, stumbled only a couple times.
Yeah, also, really quick, really quick. Guys, if you didn't know, Shiv is out there doing streams sometimes where he's painting his models and stuff, so definitely check it out when you see his little notification pop up to show support to our other lovely ST that we have here.
His painting skills are immaculate. No matter what he thinks.
Also, freehand content, buddy. Freehand content.
Oh, yeah.
If y'all are into that.
You get to see Shiv's beautiful hands. It's wonderful. For nearly free. So what we are going to be doing, we're going to be rating on Kindu. He's playing Dragon Age Inquisition. We're going to go give all of our love. Make sure Shivy starts the raid. But we cannot go until Mr. Noskavian says the line.
Stay a while and listen.
Yes.